All right. Is there anything else that we need to do before we actually start playing and figuring out?
The paper map has made a return. Oh no!
It was the fuck around of times. It was the finding out of times. Like,
you guys were doing the messing about last week. Now we got to find out what you were up to.
Adrian will actually receive a text saying to meet me at the Chinatown. I need to leave a message. I need his help with something.
okay. You doing what I think you're doing?
Time to.
Tonight is going to be the next night from last game because there was a lot of interesting things that occurred that two of you were not here for. Mm-hmm. Gwen's character is not here. He was here last night, or in the previous game session. We'll just go ahead and say he has spoken with you two, with Jay and Thomas, about how he needed to get that sample to his sire. So
Wait. Didn't the freaking...
yes. He needs to get a sample to his sire. How about that?
Where did he get more samples?
He'll have to get a sample to his sire.
A sample of what, Nick?
Blue cobalt.
Oh, right, that.
The more words that are showing up, the more confused and concerned I
love
am.
it when people don't know what's going on.
That slippery serpent. God.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now
I
we've
had
got...
the best time of the night. Just listen to him talk.
So just think about where your characters might be.
Now the ministry's involved.
How about, so now we've got the ministry involved too?
Yes.
Great.
They're anarchs. You should include them. You should include them.
It's just more about... Oh, great. What are they? What's their angle?
Could you imagine if the Independent Alliance existed in
Oh my
V5?
God, please no. Yeah.
Could you imagine if it was the Hecata and the Ministry teaming up against the world?
Nuke them from orbit, just to be sure.
Wow.
So, how much can I buy a bunker for?
Gas explosion.
No, the gas main went off, yeah.
Damn gas leaks all over the damn. Portland's dangerous.
Yeah. One Colt is fine.
I know. Hey, I'm gonna go crash.
Safest gas mains on the West Coast, I tell you.
So, we're going to go ahead and start, say about 20, 30 minutes after sunset. Why don't we go ahead and do our, do our rouse checks. So yes, everybody did their rouse checks?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody doing Blush of Health or anything that we need to be aware of?
Not at this reading.
Good. I love how, like, one of the most humane vampires in action, not actually in points. Which means you should be trying harder.
Look, it's...
I got blush up.
Like I said, there's reasons behind. Like I've got explanations.
Tinia looks sickly. That's all. So we're gonna start off.
If we're around people, then yes, I will, because I don't know where we're starting off or where we're going. So
where in Chinatown are you trying to have this meet?
Gardens, the gifts to Gardens will be.
I'm gonna go to Chinatown
Okay.
to the Gardens to meet up with him.
Okay. Is that where you meet in the gardens, or are you meeting at
The entrance of the
Page
Gardens.
44.
44.
I got my
It's not like
car
that
parked
far.
in.
The first entry on it.
Far to go.
Yeah.
I got my car parked in like a parking spot near there. So.
The
Chapter 2.
when you get up to the gardens, you'll notice.
What's supposed to be?
What's your awareness?
Gets only 2 successes.
You got 3 awareness. Yeah, you'll notice. You'll notice that the chain, the old chain that was used to hold the doors closed, because the doors are all messed up on the entrance of the garden, has been completely replaced. New lock, new chain. Yeah. The old one's actually just sitting there on the ground. It's all rusted and pitted and falling apart. But I assume you'll be right there waiting.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, you approach and you see Thomas
Someone talking
outside.
shit about me.
Always.
Constantly.
I got a
Mostly about your sneezing.
I got a Discord channel just dedicated,
I
just
see.
talking,
He's the one that starts the
just
whole
talking
topic.
crap about you
All the time, man.
all the time.
I'm ready.
all week long.
Every
whenever I
single
get-
time that somebody starts about my character, is this guy talking?
All right.
Dude,
Come
I
on.
talk about
Chinese
you
garden.
16
Chinese
times
garden.
off.
Come on, scene of the crime. Let's go.
Okay, so he's just gonna be like sitting, laid by the entrance, just like.
I want my little house.
So what's up?
Two things. I got a message for you, and I could really use your help
when
with
do
your
you want
street
to be?
smart and your talking to people.
Right. What's the message?
It is from Lady
Facebook
Catherine.
Has the
Your son would like to meet you.
My sire wants to see me?
Yes.
Yeah, we introduced your sire last week.
They had a lot to say.
And
I can't remember who Lady Catherine is.
I haven't met her yet. Technically, officially as a sire, right?
I mean, he said she did say tell him his sire wants to see him.
Yeah.
You could assume she's talking maybe about the guy she was hanging with. He looked
Yeah.
kind of familiar.
Oh no! I'm just gonna say.
Rather handsome gentleman she was hanging out with, except for he had a small scar on his cheek, on his chin.
And what's the situation that you need my
I need your
fork
help.
tongue for?
I need your help tracking Topper. Again.
Tupper. The
Tupper. The drug-
thin blood making the drugs.
Okay. Alright. That's going to be the more complicated thing, so let's deal with the easy thing first. Send a message to my sire. I hear you want to talk to me. When? Where?
She's not going to answer right away. You would probably know that this is probably a little too early for her.
Please fill Jazz in on this because I think I'm making connections here and the chart needs updating.
That's amazing.
Look, like Jazz needs to talk to some of the anarchists to start really filling out the chart.
Alright.
This is bad because it's gotten me, not just Jazz. It's gotten to me.
Good, finally. That's what this game is for.
So, while I'm waiting to hear back from her, who are we going to talk to about Tupper?
Since you got, well, we can use your silver tongue for talking to the kids, see if they know where he's hiding now. My info on him right now, apparently he developed a new drug for our kind. And I have a certain somebody that's interested in the product. Well, sorry, two certain somebodies.
Okay.
One of them we know.
And I'm guessing you already went back by the house.
No.
Now, if your coterie, the Camarilla coterie, was at least doing a little bit to try to keep each other informed, that house has been completely emptied.
Jazz may have left something in her mailbox. I don't know.
I mean, you see a rat with a freaking note to
No.
textual tail.
It'd be in the drag. It'd be in one of the food dog smells.
That would be the perfect way to freaking communicate with her. I don't know.
Don't have that animalism power.
Just chase the rat and grab the paper.
They're not homing pigeons.
I should make you play a NOS with, like, no NOS powers.
We'll then leave that for the next character.
It's a good idea.
No animalism.
You got fortitude, aspects, and, like...
I know you have animalism, you just don't have any of that shade of animalism.
No, I'm just gonna give him fortitude, aspects, and, like... I don't know. I don't even know what to...
Presence.
Presence. Fortitude, aspects, and presence. That's your Nosferatu.
He walks into a room, everybody freaking just...
Look at me!
Character's catchphrase, how did I get here?
For what I've gotten, well, for what I saw, the effects of the drug, I don't know. It's for those two, it was a clean high, and it made the guy feel full. Other than that, just some weird stuff that he could do, and he did it in front of us.
Having been in this part of town for a little while now, are there some identifiable addicts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially in this part of town. This is the spot where cops don't tend to go.
I want to try and find the most lucid of the addicts.
Okay.
One that hasn't completely fried their brains yet.
Well, you could always talk to Johnny. Mm-hmm. He seems to be coming along well on keeping him off. He's going to meetings and stuff like that. And I don't know if anybody has taken the time to tell him, but he is cooled to you all after after the excessive amount of blood that he's had over time. He feels better than ever.
Yeah, I don't know that Johnny would know where Tupper would have moved. He could have moved to.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm looking for a current addict. Someone who's looking for.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's go ahead and do wits plus streetwise to see if you can find them. Don't forget your hungers and all that.
One success.
One success. You know of a a community center not too far where they have like a variety of community meetings like AA and like you probably know it because they also do like PTSD meetings and stuff like that. Like they have that kind of stuff. So you know that they have like people who go there who are not trying as hard as they should be to get over what they're addicted to.
Right.
Because they're just there for the coffee and cookies more than anything else, and a way to get off the street for a couple hours.
All right.
So.
I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you and you just turn and leave.
Pretty much.
I love this coder.
Oh, by the way, make us awake.
Screech, turn around, come back.
You know, you could have started this whole conversation with that one.
I need you focused.
I'm gonna go to my truck, pop on the toolbox, and I'm looking for the baseball bat or tire iron. I gotta check the trunk.
I mean, he stood right there. He's within slapping
There is no
distance.
reason you don't have a tire iron or a baseball bat.
He's within slapping distance.
Pick your poison.
Metal or ash wood? Which would you prefer to get hit upside the head with?
I'm gonna use implant suggestion.
Unswayed mind.
That's you get to add your fortitude to your defense.
So quick clarify. Adrian just said that to him.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He's not actually turned and going for the truck yet.
Oh no, the
Oh, you parked right there.
I'm pretty sure he's
Okay.
standing next to the trunk reading the menu to him.
Okay.
what's the?
I thought you parked somewhere else.
Oh, it is. 1 second. It's That's
This coterie.
nope. This one. It's one of the new ones.
Is it?
Yep.
Which?
What?
Implant
The Trump
suggestion.
thing? Oh.
It's not in standard
Oh,
domain?
standard.
Submerged directive.
Submerged directive is what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Dominate. There we go. Implant suggestion. It is manipulation plus dominant versus composure plus resolve.
Yeah,
So composure plus resolve plus your fortitude. Since you have unswayable mind.
What's your
I need
highest
to do.
You can still roll all zeros or all ones. So.
We could definitely get some bestial failures up in
Oh
here.
my gosh.
I do like those.
Goody.
Alright, successes.
You get a gas
Oh, wait for him to
before
finish
I
his-
even mention the game.
Yeah, anything 6 or higher. And let me know if you have
7 successes.
7 successes.
Well, that definitely beats my 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What are you?
It is like
If you get any 10s, they're crits, so they count. If you get 2 of them, they count as 4. So just 2.
What should is that you should better stop doing this and just go check on Nick.
Basically, you just said, just go check on Nick.
Which I would have done in the first place. If
Yes,
you
but
just-
without hitting him.
Well, see, if you just led the conversation with Nick is awake,
Yeah.
the hitting him is because he didn't lead with that.
Hey, better tell you than not tell you.
So what is your intention at this point?
I'll go check on Nick.
Check the last drop. James might know where he's at.
The last drop was across from where.
It's not too far from your from the
No, the
museum.
Tina.
Teeny?
Teenies.
Teenies.
No, it's
No.
not across the street. It's
Yeah, that's in a complete different district of
Yeah.
town.
Okay.
The hookah lounge was near Teeny's. No, sorry, the hookah lounge was near.
Teenies.
Okay, it was Teeny's. I was
It's across
thinking
the
of.
street.
Yeah. The last drop is it's in Old Town, but that's the Anarch Bar.
Yeah, it's right next to. It's almost right next to where you guys are havening.
So
It's about
Been
3
to
streets that
good
way.
place in ages. The Aspen Pearl's another place than that, right?
Which
The Aspen
Pearl is
Pearl,
in the
that's,
New Orleans district, which is also
for-
Old Town.
But it's a separate entity from the hookah place.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta remember that.
Yeah,
Right.
the hookah place and Teenies are in the Pearl district, and unfortunately, the Asp and the Pearl are in the
Old
New
Town.
Orleans district,
Which is
part of Old Town.
Old Town, which is technically this coteries turf. Much to their chagrin.
A lot of vampire activity happening in this poor little Camper Coterie territory.
It's more of like, how do we have like 3 of the biggest players in our having their bases in our home turf, and our turf we're supposed to be controlling, but how do we end up in charge? Why do the Anarchs always rent? This is bad.
Not your problem. You're playing Tinny,
I
right?
know. Somebody starts trying to make it her problem, it's her problem. They're like going on the other and another thing.
So I am going to head to the last drop.
What kind
Okay.
of maniac would put a coterie?
All right, so you're heading to the last
taking
drop.
care of the last
Yeah.
drop.
Octavian Maniac.
Okay, so where are you two? Are you at the last drop, probably? Or?
Probably like that. An excellent question. I don't know what was going on.
Well, you could probably have met up with Jay tonight to discuss what happened.
Because I want to find out what happened
Yeah.
about what we discussed in the last game.
So
No.
it's, since your van is pretty much parked,
It's kind of stuck.
Since
stuck
there's humans
behind
at
the last
drop.
drop.
Drat, I'm hungry again. Bush Life.
Okay, cool.
It's just, I have failed both my hunger checks so far tonight. I'm like, dang, come on. That rice is...
How vocal about being hungry is Tinia? Like, is she the kind of person that, like, if she's hungry, everybody's gonna know, or is this like a you should have a Snickers because you're not yourself kind of thing?
It feels like a Snickers kind of
I would
thing.
say that's me in real life.
That's me.
Truth. Love you.
Yeah, she probably is a little bit crabbier, but not like too terrible. I'm at 3, but it's enough that it's like a bit noticeable if you've been around her enough. Otherwise, you might just think she's just crabby
Okay.
today.
Lucas, upon your entering the last drop tonight, Lucas is gonna he's probably on his way out as you're on your way in, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh!" like hands up, back off, like try not to touch it, like you're walking by with a tray of glasses or something like that. And he's be like, "You need this more than I do," and he's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out like this red tinted glass vial that's about that big, and just slip it to you and just head on
What
out
is that? And he's gone.
You'll thank me is the last thing he says as he's on his way out. It's a red, what looks like a medical vial that has a very thick, syrupy liquid on the inside of it. Instantly, the smell is intoxicating.
Whoa!
It smelled like cherries.
Is Jay inside?
Yeah, I guess so.
There's a couple people who like turn their heads when you
That's what I instantly recap it.
and like you'll notice a couple people when you do that, they'll just be like and just go back to what they're doing. Nobody tries to assault you for it or anything like that.
As a okay. Jay,
It's
do you know anything about
it's
this?
not the blue vial. It's a reddish tinted glass.
It's drugs.
I just love the way you put it.
More details,
Heroin.
please.
What are midichlorians? Heroin. My favorite out of character comment so far. What are midichlorians? Heroin. I'm a Jedi.
What?
No,
I can move things with my mind. Shut up, Steve. Sit down. You're not a fucking Jedi. Stop wearing that bathrobe everywhere.
Where is that from?
My ass.
people.
That's like me from a show or some shit.
Please continue conversation.
Drugs. Elaborate.
How?
Give her the Nancy Reagan speech, Jay.
That sounds like a comment that actually came through the bar.
Yeah, probably somebody ran.
What?
I've just
We
been
just know
randomly
that it's
handed drugs
drugs.
walking in, apparently. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit.
We're anarchs.
Yeah.
We're nice to each other, I guess.
What do they do? That's what I mean by. Do you know anything about them, or is this somebody who's apparently?
We gave some of those to the Setite last night.
Gave some of this? Whatever this
yeah, it was
is?
in a blue jar, but it smelled the same. He said it was most excellent, and then he was really, really wanting to figure out how to get more. Also, I think a bunch of his disciplines misfired.
Misfired.
Yeah.
Why's it gotta sound like Bill and Ted when you say it? It says it's most excellent.
And I haven't
So is this
seen him.
only drank this outside sort of thing, or?
Adrian's
You could
trying.
make the
Okay.
argument that you
I assumed it was
should
red for
masturbate
some
with
reason.
his inside.
I mean, it could be red, but this is basically the.
Okay.
And we haven't gone back to see him again. to find out what his hangover was like. Is that why you're here?
Well, I came to ask about our conversation with Tall, Dark, and Spooky.
Okay, so
And
that
how that has...
eliminates the short vampires and nobody else.
The Nick situation.
Oh, he's moving.
So, Sonny came through.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Good.
He did. It worked. He woke up. He's got a low level bond at this point.
Do we know who to?
Me, Sydney, and Thomas.
How and why?
Because when you wake up from torpor, you're starting with the tank on E. So we figured it would be better to put a bucket of mixed contribution between him and the door, and then shut the door, than to have him jump up and bite us and possibly give us vampire swine flu.
Sorry, that is just an image that just... No, that's logical. That's logical.
Yeah.
So what else?
Oh, I'm haunted.
You're haunted
Yeah.
by...
Noah.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, it gets better.
Lay it all out.
Apparently, if anything happens to Noah, like he gets hit by a bus, which apparently a fucking
Yeah, the limousine
can
kind of
get
ran him
hit.
over.
yeah, but he could still get hit by a bus and get flattened, even as a fucking ghost, apparently. Then he will retreat into my body, and a worse version of him will come out. And he might be able to possess me. So that's yeah.
Okay, how do we get you unhaunted? We have
Uh,
any...
Wraith cops? Get him in, narc him out? I don't have a lot of ideas.
Like, the Hakata do ghosts. That's their whole thing.
Yeah. Trying to remember what all the... Let me tell you, put all the notes from last time on that particular subject. Oh, here we go. Yeah, well, the Hakata wanted us to... The Hakata basically kept coming back to wanting us to find them some kind of a jar
Oh, for Pete.
or a vase.
Yeah.
Um,
Jar, freaking thing.
so that they could stick him in a vampire body, which seems like we're
No!
backwards.
Yeah!
If you ask me.
We only just killed the guy. Let's not have him back.
You can arrive whenever you want.
That's kind of what I said, but then... Okay. Got his theme song.
Unfortunately, he's not Hakata. Or yes.
No, it's,
Yeah, who are you gonna call?
The Ghostbusters theme. How to piss off Huey? How to piss off Huey Lewis in the news in two simple steps. Ghostbusters.
can't resist.
Great. Okay. Shoot. And they want the freaking... Look, they've already done... The Hakata have already goofed up once involving ghosts and sticking them in a new host and new vampire bodies and stuff. We're not repeating that mistake
Isn't
again.
he the mayor?
No!
No, he's not. He's something else entirely.
So then.
Do you remember the news?
Then twice.
No, he's something else. He's not a ghost.
Well, that's the Hekata too, though.
No, he's not. That's not Hekata. They technically let him out, but he's not.
Yeah, so.
He's not a ghost. He's not Hekata shenanigans.
They're kind of bad at this stuff.
Do you remember the three-faced killer when that was all over the news?
No.
The first time around? Oh, how long have you been in Portland?
Okay, I'm trying to, and now I'm having trouble remembering out of character. Like 3 months.
Okay.
It's more than
There's
that.
a guy who's going to get up and
No,
leave.
there's been more of an interregnum than that. 10 months.
Do I recognize who it is? Or just...
He was in the vampire area, but
Yeah.
like nobody really seemed to, like, he's not that familiar.
Okay.
You may have seen him around, but
Yeah, it's one of those like, oh, I've seen that face, but I
yeah,
don't.
low
couldn't-
profile kind of guy, just kind
couldn't
of
place him.
got up and left.
I'm gonna come walking in.
You're gonna pass the guy as you walk in. This other guy's walking out.
You probably already just. Do you remember the three-faced killer? So you probably have just heard that. No.
Should I have?
Okay, so the three-faced killer was a serial killer that was active in Portland about
All the other kindred in the room are like, story time, continue, let's do this.
2 years ago now.
Okay.
It was freaking ghost inhabiting a living body. Essentially, it's more
Oh,
complicated.
that's
than that.
what was going on?
That sounds familiar.
There's another guy who's like, I thought I was Damien. Wasn't it that Cam Shadow dude?
Look, there was a copycat happen after that. They tried to frame Damien for being the three-faced killer. He was not the three-faced killer. No, yes.
Cam, man. Fucking Cam.
Yeah, the Cam were the ones trying to frame him because he was going anarch at the time.
Like, undoes a little violet. Oh! Violet! Tricks! A whole place, not just two. They're gonna go play
Good
darts
stuff.
badly.
That ghost in having a human body was because the Hekata tried to bring someone back, and it went wrong. I'm not sure there's a way for it to go right. That someone had been a vampire. And she went on a murderous rampage, like, on rituals and all that nonsense. And look, honestly, I'm not 100% sure what her end goal was.
The garden, right?
The occult's not my specialty. I've had to get better at it since dealing with all this nonsense. If the freaking Hekata want to stick it in a new body, they know. No, that's not happening.
Listen, from what limited interaction I've had, the Hekata, it seems like the safe move with them is to just prevent anything that they want to do from happening.
Apparently.
You guys talking about the Venetian jar? Brittany.
Yeah, apparently they're still after the thing.
I'm not surprised.
Me neither, but
I mean, they still owe a lot on it.
yeah, they never did get their hands on it.
What's wrong? What's the stress? There's so much stress on this side of the room. I can feel it.
Do you want to do the
Maybe
honors
we
of
can
explaining
broadcast
this particular
that.
one?
What?
Broadcasting stress, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
so
don't-
body language.
We don't know what they can do.
who they? Which they?
Wraiths. They've got a bunch of things called Arcanoi.
The person I'd ask, I haven't been able to get a hold of for 6 months.
Harker?
Harker.
Yeah. He'd be very useful right now.
This is very much his specialty.
3 days.
Do you want to explain to Brittany, considering she's the one who said limo-based?
You can remember that last night that other guy was trying very hard not to let her hear about this.
Yeah. There's...
Well, the jar thing, from what I understand, like, from what I heard, obviously, I was not 100% at all involved in that, but from what I heard, it was the elder who screwed the Hikata on purpose.
Yeah, no, she was definitely involved in screwing everything up.
So if the Hikata actually got it, maybe they could actually solve her problem. I've had good dealings with them, and keeping a friendly relationship with the Hikata, especially right now, is probably really safe for us.
I agree on keeping a friendly relationship with them, but the person they're wanting to stick it back to reincarnate, let's just say.
Oh, shit, that's what that thing does?
Apparently. I don't know. Not 100%.
No, if it's dead, let it stay dead. I mean, that's just the thought.
Especially this person would really definitely like to stay dead.
She's gonna check her phone at that sound. And, oh, I gotta go. I got a shipment. You guys have a good night.
You too.
A shipment.
Yeah, I run a business. Kind of have to...
Little vials or something?
Oh, yeah, no, I got Cherry Moon coming in, yeah.
What is this? Lucas handed me this as I walked
Cherry
in.
Moon. That lasts longer than the other stuff.
This is new to me. I must be out of the loop on this one.
Okay.
What is it?
It's okay. It's like a thin blood alchemy condensed blood. So like you drink a small amount and it's like gorging.
Huh.
It doesn't have that high of a shelf life. If you catch my drift. But it's good stuff. It tastes good too, so that's nice for a change. So
Yeah, no, that's...
It's better than just giving people bag stuff where they just complain and make dirty faces when they're drinking. But yeah, no, it's good, and it's fucking selling fast too.
I noticed, like, it seems like every other person in here has some.
It's easy. It's becoming easier. A lot of the elders are really getting in on it too.
Yeah.
It like you get a lot of sensations from it. So I think it's like a nostalgia thing for them.
Interesting. And some thin blood concoction, you're saying?
I mean, that's what I understand.
Okay.
It's blood and something, and it. Yeah, I mean, usually blood doesn't taste like that. So.
Yeah, it smells like. It's something else.
Yes.
Sniffing it. So.
Is the first one free?
Well, Lucas
I didn't
just
sell that
handed
to
me.
her. Is the first one like? No, if you want some, you can buy some. I'm not trying to get. Look.
I
Look,
just like to know what I've got before I try eating anything.
If anybody
That's
tells
the way
you,
end up in bad places.
If anybody tells you that the first one's free, it's because it's addictive.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, so no, people are paying for this stuff if they want it. Anyway, I gotta go before my shipment goes bad, so have a good night. And she's gonna head out the door.
Evening.
Evening. So my venture buddy mentioned that that Nick is awake.
I just heard that myself.
I was told I should go check on him.
Probably a good plan. I figured that you would be the first one to know.
I would have thought would have been amongst the first to know as well. Apparently, my coterie mate decided to leave that bit of information as the tail end of the conversation, not the start of the conversation. Anybody know where I can find him?
Jay, you said you were saying that you guys saw him last night. Where has he ended up?
Dude,
Nick.
I don't know where he went.
Okay.
I can't remember the name who you said I should talk to.
Lady Catherine.
And apparently
That's-
I neglected his.
That's the
no,
other.
for-
Do an intelligence and insight roll. That's memory.
Well, at least you got.
2. It was literally just a few minutes ago. He told you to talk to James.
Jay.
You said James.
Did I?
Did you mean Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, well then Jay.
Sure. James would be Merrick.
Did I say James? Seriously?
I thought you did, but I'm also over here.
No, I'm not.
I heard James as well. Somebody said James.
James Baxter.
If you meant to say Jay,
Yeah.
he said Jay.
Right.
Trying to remember, our characters have met, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Briefly,
That
but
would have
yeah.
been like right at the start of this arc. Okay.
Yeah, when we were getting a hold of Nick in the first place.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was his truck that you guys picked up the
Yeah.
body.
I need to keep better notes.
Mm.
That's been a constant.
Right. So who might know where he's at?
So it was you, Thomas, and
I mean, I can ask
who
him.
was the other fellow that you mentioned that were present when Nick woke up?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Sydney. I mean,
I don't know who the Sydney fellow is, so.
I'll ask him. Okay, just hang on. There's a back door to the parking area, right?
Just music in the club. Just
Okay, seems so.
I have done my job.
Jay will get up from the table and shuffle towards the back door.
God, owe me a favor right about now, would have been. We apparently have a ghost problem.
Okay, good. Okay. Burn. I get out the back door apparently alone.
Yeah, if nobody else went with you, then yeah. you
Didn't
can
sound
go
like
back to-
anybody did.
Well, you said you're gonna go ask somebody something, so.
Yeah, Nick. You said, "Where's Nick?" And then I said, "I'll ask him," and then shuffle out the back door.
Okay, so you're outside?
Yeah, get outside and whisper on the wind.
Ah, clever. Is there a test for that?
No, in this circumstance, there isn't.
No, there is not. Okay.
It's just if he's somewhere where he can hear a literal whisper.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Nick, it's Jay. Where are you at?
Across town, someone's looking around confused. Uh, um,
Okay, so the reply I get back is,
yeah, you get some sounds, and then he says, community center and Powell and Prescott.
okay, I'll shuffle back in.
That doesn't happen to be down near Ghosts territory, is it?
It's not
Is-
too far away from that.
Okay. Because I know he was working the same territory. The street name sounded familiar. That's all.
It's not too far away from
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
Shuffle back in, park. He says he's at a community center on Powell and Prescott.
It's actually the same place that you know of that you were thinking of earlier. So.
That's gonna make my life easier. Thank you.
But you know the place?
Been there a couple times.
Just a general heads up. Be careful about hunting in the area.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it's someone's turf and you don't want to cross them.
Appreciate that, but no. The poor suckers there don't need to be hunted.
You will receive a message from Thomas saying, sorry I'm late, grabbing a quick bite to eat. Have you found out where Nick is?
No response. I'm heading to the community.
Okay, so you're on your way to the thing. Okay, so are you guys doing anything that I need to be aware of, or should we jump scenes?
Do you know anywhere where I could find some work?
What kind of work you looking for?
I need to earn some money. Or I need to get some money.
Okay, like you looking for work?
It's
like,
for drugs.
Why is that?
This
Like,
kind
was
of,
hired.
Yeah.
Got it.
well, there's always welding, which you're clearly good at.
Yeah, but I can't go to most construction sites.
That is a problem.
Now, you'd know from being around as long as you have that a lot of the vampires kind of like pool their resources when it comes to work.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a few nightclubs in town that are Kindred owned. There's a few other businesses around that are Kindred owned. So like Trent Scratch and Dent's still around and stuff like that.
I mean, like, there's a couple of different chop shops owned by some of us that will need nighttime welders and stuff like that. That's what I know you're good at.
Yeah.
Want to be a bouncer? There's plenty places to work like that.
Yeah. Chop shop work. Okay.
How quiet is this conversation?
I figured I was at this volume unless it takes more to get over.
Okay. Well, with music and everything going on, nobody's really going to be listening.
Okay. Well, given that it's the last drop. Well, okay then.
Yeah, Tinya's not being terrible.
I kind of feel like this isn't the place that keeps the volume on 2 or 3.
Yeah, I just don't want the
There's a
music being
volume
too loud
meter
for
up
people.
top, and somebody has like scratched in 14 and turned it to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently it's 90s rock bitch night.
Yeah, so Tinya wasn't being terribly quiet. So.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. God. I'm trying to think of individuals. Yeah, there's somebody will walk up behind you and like slap you on the shoulder, not realizing how edgy you are.
Yeah.
It's like, God, you're like a fucking hamster.
with a wrench.
God, you're like a fucking hamster. Fuck words. Names are going. Names and
Do
words.
we know this person? Have we met him before?
Yes. Matty Lil.
Oh
actually.
gosh, okay.
He's like, you looking for work?
Oh, yeah.
There's yeah, no, he'd be just fucking blunt about it. There's a dust forn over at that you can find at Teeny's who's looking for a courier. He might hire a full blood.
Okay. Is the name?
Is it Tupper?
That'd be amazing.
That would be hilarious.
They call him Magpie.
Okay. Go ask for Magpie.
Yeah.
I'd be 11 at this point. I guess.
What kind of currying, out of curiosity?
That I really don't know. He's he
That's been your answer.
he typically does. From what I've seen, he's trying to like build off what he already does, and he apparently ships things back and forth between Cam and Anarch territories.
Interesting.
He's part of. He said something about working in the Goblin Road, whatever the hell that is.
I've heard of those.
Cool. Could you inform me on what the hell that is? Because I have
It's
no idea.
apparently a nickname for a way of passing through the. I heard about it over in Chicago area. So, but
Okay.
they
Yeah, I
have
heard he's passed through there, but he doesn't like stay in one place for too
Yeah.
long.
But it's basically there's ways of passing through werewolf territory.
And that's why I say I don't need to have any more information. Good luck on you and your passenging, and I hope your car is made out of fucking silver. And he's just gonna turn around and leave. You said the W word. Fuck that shit.
The whole point of the goblin.
Look at the time. It's not 1 o'clock anymore. half past a fucking crap.
No, I met a gangrel who was a courier like that through Goblin Roads when we were in Chicago. She was an interesting character.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got trafficked over here. The Goblin Roads through the Chicago area.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was something like that around here before, maybe under a different name. I don't know. I really don't know.
Shanghai Tunnel.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay. Well, I guess I better go do that then.
I'm curious about
You
these.
can enter whenever you want.
If he just walks in, puts in a.
I'd be
twisted
curious to
sister,
ask
and starts
about
walking.
the goblins, but I think both of us turning up might hurt your chances of getting hired. So, good luck to you. I'll ask him those questions later.
The classic.
But I like it. It's good music.
Like several people turn around and go, "Look, the Cammy wannabes putting the fucking twisted
Yeah,
sister." They're just laughing at you. Everybody's enjoying like fresh mugs of beer and blood at this point in time.
Evening.
You.
So you're heading towards.
Teeny's is another district away.
Teenies is
It's in the
another
Pearl
Yeah,
District.
it's in the Pearl District.
Do I
It's
still
next
have that
door.
Segway?
Huh?
Do I still have that Segway?
No, the battery died out like
Okay.
when you got to the park, so you had to leave it there, and that was months ago.
Shit. Okay.
It's not too far.
Like you
Like,
walking past
probably-
that, or you're just walking out when I walk in? Or?
Yeah, he's on his way out as you're on your way
Standing
in.
up and then being like, shit.
Tinya's still
Jay.
here.
Yeah, Jay, where are you going?
Teenies, but I've got to figure out how.
You going to team?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same team?
Are there?
Is there more than one teeny?
I don't know. I'm asking. You need a ride?
No, Maddie Little's like, is there more than one teeny? Because like I
I
need to
don't
give
know,
people
I'm
better
asking.
directions. If
I'm
that's-
literally asking. I don't know. I'm asking.
Well,
As far as I'm aware, there's only one team.
You need a ride?
yeah, but I might need a ride in terms of, like, I'm going there to get a courier job. I'll probably need a ride for that.
you don't want to show up without a vehicle.
How long of a drive are we talking about?
I have no idea. That's the thing. I need to get a car.
Fuck it, I'm bored.
Well, this is interesting. I am so excited to see how this turns out, and I'm glad that I was a part of it.
Same car as last time, Audi Sport.
Alright, Jay, I think I know somewhere you can get a car. You want to talk to Trent? Come on, I'll tell you where to drive.
You're gonna go talk to the noddist about a car? That's fun.
Go talk to my uncle about a car, yeah.
Oh, nepotism, that's better.
Get job. Car. Get job. One of those circular logic things.
My uncle can get you a job.
Electric.
Oh, my uncle can get you a car, maybe.
That's fucking amazing.
So he literally just pushes the one of his sightseeing forward so everybody can.
Yeah. Tanya just absolutely just invited herself along for the ride.
Okay, so all three of you guys are heading to Tina's.
I guess.
Awesome.
Oh, Trent.
Trent. We're starting with Trent Scratching then.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in town, but
Yeah. That's true. That's true. There could be any number of things he could be doing right now.
yeah, who knows where he is?
He could
'cause
be in
tends
Boston. Who knows?
He could be in Venezuela. Who knows?
That's very true. He is known to country
So where are
hop.
we heading?
Okay, Trent Scratching Dent. It's
They're put it on my
Bolton.
built-in GPS.
Bolton.
All right. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead.
I'm looking. It's
You can literally type it in on the GPS.
How do you find the cross streets on this thing?
Oh. Click.
Don't you need to
She doesn't have a.
pick before he moves?
You don't have a.
I do have Bush Life,
Okay,
but
It's a legit.
Tinya's a lot older than you.
It's a legit business. So you can actually just type in the name of the place.
Pause for a
This is
second.
different than
There we go.
Don't you need to go find Nick before he moves somewhere else?
Adrian's on that.
Okay.
So since they're buddies,
Okay.
I figured
Okay.
he's got that covered. I don't know where he's going.
Preston something.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You did say that where I could hear. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
So
All right. So you guys are off to Fulton, and you're going to the yes. So this is it's a very interesting place. It's not too far away from the New Orleans district. There's a lot, like compared to like the compared to like Old Town, where like the museum is and all that other stuff. This place has even more of a homeless issue, more tent cities, more everything like that. It's really you need to turn sideways to get around things. But right in the middle of one of this, several or one massive tent city is this large, very simply built brick building, which is a community center. It's the
That's right.
but yeah, it's just a community center. There's like a huge gym area in the center of it with indoor basketball courts. There were pools, but they're empty now. Nobody's really paying to keep this place upkept, but like they are keeping it open. In some of the smaller rooms, like the weight room and stuff like that, all the equipment has been pushed off to the side, and all you see is a circle of chairs that's filled with a bunch of people. And one of the people that you actually see is Nick, who's just finishing up talking. I don't know if you're walking in or if you're just waiting.
I'm gonna stand to the side, not interrupting the meeting, but
Okay.
where Nick can
Yeah.
see me.
He's talking, and it's just the end of what looks like closing thoughts and dismissing everybody. They all get up. A few of them come up and shake his hand. A few of them come up and hug him. Maybe a little bit too long, like they're crying a little bit. This seems to be some kind of like getting over your time in the military group that he seems to be running. And most of the people are just wandering over where all like the cookies and coffee and stuff are. After that, the room smells like stale coffee and sweat. Last thing that you probably hear before the last person goes away is, yeah, we'll do like a private session later on tonight. And guy walks off and he's like, thanks. And just goes. And Nick turns and sees you. He's like, Adrian.
Well, you're definitely looking a lot better than the last time I saw you.
And he's going to walk up. Handshake turns into a hug kind of thing. And how you been? When did this happen?
About 4 years ago?
4 years? I was down by then. So I did not run away from my post, obviously.
I know that.
Yeah.
I knew you better than that.
So what's up? Aside from thank you for helping get me out of there.
Well, I wanted to check on you.
Yeah. Doing okay. Had a little bit of a scare. Thought I was suffering. He looks over, makes sure no one can hear him. Thought I was suffering from a blood plague for a little while there. I am, but it's not contagious, so that's good. Not really sure where to go on this next. I didn't really expect we'd be having this conversation.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I tried to reach out after you left that message, but I just couldn't get a hold of you.
Yeah, kind of been leapfrogging torpor. If you get my drift.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Like, as long as I've been like this, you probably have more experience.
yeah. My, sire's angling for Primogen, and the crazy ass prince decided to give my coterie downtown.
Yeah, come here. He's gonna take you. Are you hungry?
A little.
Okay. He's gonna take you to the back area where there's like an old storage room. But when he opens it, there's like kind of like an old trundle bed, like pushed off to the side. He's got like it's a very Spartan area. There's like a trundle bed, like a mini fridge with like a plug-in like stove, like a
Hot plate.
hot plate. Thank you. There's like a hot plate with like a small pot on the wall over a mop sink. Looks like everything that's his is just in one little corner. He's got like a laundry basket with some clothes just kind of like chucked in there. Couple of different colored flannels just like thrown over like a little side chair, a desk that doesn't look like it's ever been used. Couple of coffee mugs, and like the door the door has these two metal bracers on it, and there's a 2x4 where you can just set it up so that people can't open the door.
He's been camping out.
He offers you a seat. Hey, anyway, yeah, he pulls out, reaches into the mini fridge, and there's just like several blood bags. And he just takes the pot, fills it with water, puts it on the hot plate, and puts the... This is where I've been.
So, are you wanting to stay here?
I mean, I don't want to be a burden.
Well, I don't think you'd be a burden.
Okay, where are you suggesting? Because moving out of a storage closet would be great. But, like, I'm also close to work, so, you know.
Yeah, I get that. Currently, it's only a little bit of a step up, but there's the old China Museum. That's where we were keeping you for a few days after we got you from there.
Speaking of, how much about me are you aware of?
So, I heard an S word. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that word out loud.
Not sure your character even knows what that is.
I'm assuming you mean salubri.
Yeah.
In this room, it should be fine. I mean, I don't know, what Cracker Jack prize did you get?
Toreador.
Toreador? So you're like fast and can do things like impressive, psychic.
Well, not so much psychic, but let's say I wouldn't have any problems with the shooting competitions.
Well, I mean, you never did before, but now you can cheat. So he's like, yeah, I got the Auspex thing too. That was pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorites.
I got a dash of it. Not much.
Yeah. You get one of these, and he'll open up a third eye on his forehead.
No.
You know how fucking hard it is to buy sunglasses?
Hot topic.
I've been hot gluing shit together. No. It's not like I need sunglasses anyway. I'm not going to the beach anytime soon at noon. He's gonna pull the bag of blood out of the pot, and he just, you know how there's that little spout thing that you hook up to the IV and stuff. He just snips that right off and like pours it like equal amounts into the thing. This isn't going to be enough to take away a hunger trait or anything, because he's giving you half a bag and he's having half a bag, but it will be enough to like take the edge off a little bit. Basically, if you feel frustrated at all in game, just try to take the edge off that a little bit. But yeah, he's just going to hand you a coffee plate or a coffee cup. It's probably going to say like world's best boss or something like that. It's
Number one grandma.
Yeah, number one grandma. Yeah.
Right.
And you can taste
Stale.
you can taste the chemicalness of it, the plastic bag that was just in boiling water, the additives that they put in this stuff as preservatives to after they've separated the white and the red and all that stuff. Like, it does it for you, but it doesn't taste good. This is what this guy survives off of. You probably saw that he had like maybe 3 or 4 bags in that, and it's the only thing in that fridge.
Right. So, China Museum. Step up from this. Not the best currently, but
Don't you have like some meth head living there?
Isn't the power still out there?
Until they actually get it in their name, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like this.
former meth head?
Well, that's good. I could probably help him.
No, he moved down.
Yeah,
He's full time in the museum now.
We
You guys. I see.
we triclopses, as I'm affectionately calling myself. We do have the ability to like take the edge of addiction off people's stuff. It's weird, like super fast. Some guys are super strong. Some guys can like take their skin off like it's a glove. Like all these weird, horrific, like vampire powers these people have, and I can like make people feel better.
I mean, you were kind of good with that. You were kind of good with that before.
Yeah, I know, but like now I can just make people, like I can take away their depression. And like there's this one guy who was really like messed up in the leg, like his leg was shattered, and I was able to heal it in seconds. Like, and not even with blood either. Like how, you know, I understand that we can make people heal by feeding them our blood, but like all I have to do is put my hands on them.
Definitely useful. Yeah, no, Johnny is little project child of ours at the Coteries.
I mean, there's worse projects out there. Are you Anarch or Ivory Tower?
Currently Tower.
Currently Tower. You reviewing the pamphlets?
Visiting all the recruiters.
But I haven't had much time with the Camarilla. Like, at all. Like, really. But, like, the stuff that I've heard about them from the Ashira is just mind-blowingly ridiculous. And the Anarchs have treated me well so far.
Well, I'll put it this way. I'm reconsidering some things because, like I said, my sire is going for Primogen and threw me in with the coterie that the prince got together and handed Old Town.
That's pretty big.
Uh-huh.
So, in other words, if your coterie just decided that it was Anarch all of a sudden, the prince would be pretty screwed.
Yeah. Especially considering there's already apparently a sizable population of Anarchs in there.
Oh, yeah. There's an entire bar.
Oh, yeah. That's
where you just came from, isn't it?
yes, it is.
You know Jay.
I've met him a couple times.
Okay, because he just did some weird shit that I have never experienced before. And I'm assuming he sent you this way.
He told me where to find you, yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's a neat trick. I gotta learn that. Like, I thought... Like, I'm usually pretty good at knowing if somebody's around me, especially when they're, like, right up on my ass to the point where they can read what I'm reading. But, he whispered at me, and it was just like, there is no one there. And then he asked where I was, so I assumed he wasn't there. Like, I thought maybe he came in and obfuscate or something like that. Like, being invisible, but, like...
I think he would live in that condition if he could.
He's a little nervous. I wonder if I could help him out.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know him well enough to know.
Like, I healed a thin blood once. Twice, actually. Wait. Yeah, I healed a thin blood, and I did kind of do some stuff for a... Like, I woke up and did some healing on a Hecata. But I don't know how well my mental stuff works on a kindred.
I don't know.
So X-Nay on the Salubre, like, that's how that's gonna go. Like, can't really tell people about that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Especially if you're hanging out with the Tremere that's in that coterie. I'm a
I
little nervous about that. Like, I think he knows, but I'm also a little...
haven't actually officially met him yet. He was off on trip, and then I went running errands, and I haven't seen him yet.
Well, there's this one gangrel that was hanging around outside the museum, and when Sydney is the Tremere's name, I think, when his sire or somebody, another Tremere showed up, the gangrel started whistling the Cruella de Vil theme song from, like, the Disney movie.
Oh, God, yes,
But-
that sounds like Ling.
Okay. Wang?
Ling.
Okay. Alright.
Ling is Johnny's great grandfather, I believe.
They're related. Understood.
So, yeah. I did have another reason for coming over to the center tonight, but that was before I found out you were here.
What do you need? I got some bull around here. What's going on?
I'm actually trying to track down a thin blood.
Okay.
Goes by the name of Tupper. He's a dealer.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't come around here anymore. But
I didn't think he would be here himself, but I figured.
is he related to the kid? To Johnny?
Prior supplier, possible new stuff on the street.
Okay. So
It's the new stuff that
the meth your kid was on was Tupper's meth?
yeah.
Yeah,
It was the white variety, not the pink variety.
Oh, there's
Okay.
a blue and a red.
Well, we don't know about the blue. I don't know about the blue.
alright.
The trans flag of meth.
Alright, so yeah, I don't know where he is now. He used to be here. Like, he used to come here and like try to like re-get all the people that were here.
Yeah, I
Like,
figured,
get them hooked on stuff again.
Yeah, I figured if any, we knew where he was, but he cleared out. And I figured if anybody might have an idea where he's at now, might be anyone who just started coming.
That's actually, I got some guy coming over in probably a few minutes, actually, and you might want to ask him. Good kid. I mean, his name is it's a good one. What's his name? Good kid named Bill. He just started at the in the like narc meetings, so he might be able to help you out. I'm not really sure though.
All right. So, if we were, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
if you didn't want to be at the museum, where would you want to be at?
I don't know. There's a lot of weird vibes at that museum. Like, truthfully, all of Old Town has some really weird vibes, but like, I find like a lot of old places tend to.
So, a little NOS buddy, Jazz, got all hyper excited because apparently there's dragon veins that converge underneath the museum.
Talk to me like a 7-year-old girl. I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. Like, what the hell is that? Dragon veins?
Dragon veins is what the
Look, two vampires having a cup of coffee in a back room is one thing. Dragon veins?
Dragon veins is what the Chinese call it. Ley lines.
Jazz wasn't telling me. She was miffed.
Okay. Ley lines. All right.
Had some of the best night's sleep ever when I crashed over there.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. All right. So, like, are Kindred just trying to take over Chinatown? Like,
I think the cam wants to muscle in, which is why they're sending, a bunch of kids in to try and clean it up.
don't you send people who are, I mean, pardon me for saying it like this, but don't you send in somebody who's a little bit more experienced?
Exactly.
I hear there's a Malkavian prince.
Yes.
Like, not saying anything bad about the Malkavians, but they're all fucking crazy. So, like, are we... This is going to be the most anarch thing I've ever seen. Are we okay with this prince in power? Like, is this a guy who needs to be sent somewhere else?
I mean, how secure are we here?
We're secure here.
I mean, pine box wrapped in chains sunk 20 leagues off the...
Wow!
Those might
Holy crap! Oh my god!
I would take
Okay.
an arm off turn to anarch.
Oh my god! I don't think that you are. I don't think that you can really be a card-carrying member of the Camarilla with language like that.
Look, You remember Colonel James?
Yeah.
This guy's making Colonel James seem insane.
That's impressive. Okay.
It'd be like the Colonel telling us to send a bunch of privates to make sure the market square was secure without supervision.
Okay.
That's what this vibes to me as.
All right. Understood. I mean, that's not good for anybody.
No. Which is why all of our sires are hoping we pull it off, because if we pull it off, it's a major feather in their caps.
Yeah, but he's still in charge.
Right, but they're going for primogeniture, which is next step down.
Is it?
Essentially.
See, I know we had clan leaders in the Ashira, and there was like a sultan, which is effectively the prince. But like, do they have any power over him? And if they do, is he going to acknowledge it?
Well, whether or not he acknowledges it, or whether or not they actually have any actual power over him, I don't know. That's high-level politics that I'm not actually involved in.
Okay, above your pay grade. Gotcha.
Non-comps, we stay out of officer country.
All right. What do you need from me for this?
At the moment, not much. For that, I don't really need anything from you. I just want to take care of my buddy.
Well, I appreciate that.
Which is why if you're not comfortable with the museum, what are you...
I don't know. Maybe if it gets cleaned up or something like that. But that whole area is... I mean, not like this whole area is any better. But, I don't know.
Kind of working on it.
At least
but
it's
it's
power.
Yeah, there's power here. Running water. I don't know. I don't plan on staying in a storeroom forever. But, like, it works for now.
Yeah, he was camping with Dan previously, if I remember correctly.
Like, this is where I've landed after a couple of different places. The Hekata were showing me a lot of hospitality for a while there. It's like I wouldn't be up if it wasn't for them.
Well...
The first time. I would be up the first time if it wasn't for them. God damn. You know what? He's gonna walk over and like start flipping calendar pages on the wall. He's like, I might be set for another torpor in a couple days, so I really don't know what to say. I got a schedule to keep.
Yeah. The new boss of the Hekata seemed more than willing to use you as an auction chip. Tini had called in a favor, a big one, to get him to release you to us.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, who's in charge there now? It's not.
Oh God, I don't remember his name.
It's Lorenzo, right?
No, I don't think it was.
Anyway.
I don't think it was Lorenzo.
All right. I mean, he was a tough guy. Like, he's the reason I had to fix up Dan as much as I did, because damn. But he's not in charge anymore.
I don't think it was Lorenzo. I think it started with an S, but I can't remember.
Okay.
You know who would know? The Anarchs, because we were discussing this.
Right.
I just...
But not, guess who's not there?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I'll talk to a friend of mine who's in the Hekata, and maybe she can tell me what's going on. I mean, you know where to find me.
Yeah, I do now.
I try to keep my head down here, like seriously, because I've been told to avoid the Tremere that's in the camera.
That's fair.
He's kind of messed up. And, yeah. The Salubri and the Tremere don't really have the best history.
Fair. I'm surprised she hasn't messaged me back yet. Oh. Prairie Boy Venture gave me a message that my sire wanted to...
Thomas,
yes.
Okay. Trying to remember names. I think this thing up here takes up a lot more space than it actually looks like.
Yeah. A venture with no common sense.
Thomas.
Yeah. Yep. In one.
Okay.
But apparently my sire wants to see me or talk to me, and
We're in the car with him.
So 4 years embrace and you're still under a leash? You're probably released at this point.
it's... She's invested a lot in my
Education.
That's nice.
business.
Okay. Alright. There's actually going to be a knock on his door. That's actually probably the appointment that I have. So, hate to cut this short. Let's let's get together. I mean, hell, maybe later tonight if you want.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna help this kid out. He's got some severe issues, like abuse problems with his parents and stuff.
Fair enough.
He's gonna open the door. It's that same kid who was talking to him last. And hey, sorry, Bill, Adrian, Bill.
How's it going, Bill?
Better. All right. Oh, did you have a question? This is forget. Forget everything he's gonna ask you. Go ahead.
Bill, I hate to ask, but do you have any idea where I might be able to find Tupper?
He was on this. He was in this old house, and he gives you the street that you know. But I think he's actually got a setup in an old motel in Fulton now.
Oh my gosh! Ah! Of course.
Those were his fucking hallucinogens.
Yeah, of course. Freaking hotel. Like,
Alright. Do you know which...
That's the equivalent of a standing ovation for a story.
Do you have an idea of which old hotel?
It's an old shut down one.
burned
I
up.
think most of the letters are gone off the sign. But it's pretty easy to find.
Alright. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
All
say
your-
you say thank you, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Bill." And he goes to shake your hand.
Hi, Bill. Nick will take care of you.
Yeah, come on. Like, I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, catch you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the
Let's see how
we're gonna do the
this
scratch and dent scene next. Are you heading over to that motel? Cool. So everybody's going to Fulton.
I'm not sure how far away from.
I feel really bad too that Fulton doesn't really exist.
Yeah,
I think it's just like a street or something.
There's like a park and an apartment building. That's
But
it.
like it's
But in the world of
it's become this like overbearing district of like corruption and decay, and like it's probably a really nice neighborhood.
seems pretty enough. I mean, nice little park.
I try to keep this stuff as adequate as possible, but like
it's a world.
Well, like I said, I guess it's probably better that Fulton doesn't actually exist and we've invented almost whole cloth this area.
dude, I don't even like thought I saw it.
Yeah, no, I did a lot of digging looking for it, and I did find one weird, looks like somebody's old GeoCities website talking about it.
Yeah, it's
That's
so weird.
the only information I could find on
Okay,
Fulton.
so the three of you drive up in your Audi.
Hey, not like Audi.
You don't like Audi?
No, he doesn't.
And
Like,
according to Jay,
he doesn't like people standing up.
a license plate that says loves gin.
Oh no, got gin.
God gin. There you go.
Such a
I mean,
whore.
that makes sense for Thomas.
All right, so you guys pull up. I'm sure
Danny's observing the driving.
once you get to the area, and I don't even know why you're looking it up on GPS. You know where it is.
Well, as he said, where is he going? I'll tell you where it is, or I
Yeah.
can tell you the direction, so.
But yeah, you pull up, and it's this
Oh wow.
ugly, faded yellow building with a sign that does not light up. Is that Fulton? Is that the entire area?
Apparently, there's a Fulton Park.
Yeah, that's Fulton Park.
Anyway, so
That's about.
it's a big.
It's so run down and decrepit.
Like I said, it's just a residential neighborhood these days. So.
It's anyway, it's a big, like, faded yellow building behind
The community
a
road.
chain link fence that has like big rolling garage. Like, it's got 3 rolling garage doors, a small door and a window on the left on the bottom, and like a staircase that goes upstairs to either offices or something like that on the top. And it's just painted Trent's Scratch and Dent. The gate is open. It's just swung open. There's no mechanics. There's nothing electrical. It's just on wheels. The chain is just kind of hanging there. You can see all the lights are on. Probably at this point in time, also one of the probably the farthest to the left garage door is rolled all the way up, and there are a few cars, and you see one guy, kind of thin, bald, probably mechanics coveralls on, cake blaring. And he's just going to town working.
Usually there's like parking spaces like next to the like the door where the cars pull into.
There's places to park. Sure.
Yeah, but I'm parking like to the closest one.
Yeah, there's a really weird spot where it looks like somebody had poured concrete that doesn't match the rest of the concrete, where it's just a perfect 3x3 square off to the side.
Wait, did he take over Gabriel's old turn? Or did they also have a,
No, he had an incident too.
He had an incident too, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, parking there.
he'll look over, he'll look over his shoulder as you guys walk in, and he just skinny little guy, big ass fucking cigar hanging out of his mouth, and he's just going to town on an engine. At one point, he'll actually look over, just make sure, and when he sees that everybody's kindred, he will just pick the engine up out of the car and put it down.
It is Miles, right?
Yeah, it's Miles.
I was just making sure I was identifying correctly. So.
The name tag says Miles.
Miles!
Hey, fam.
Hey!
I was just trying it out. I'm never going to say that again. I apologize.
It really sounds good coming out of your mouth, yeah.
So what can I do for a couple of young enterprising anarchs such as yourself? And he'll turn it down a little bit.
Jay here's in need of a new set of wheels. So.
All right, well, you've come to the right place. What kind of wheels are we looking for? How many wheels are we looking for?
More than one I'd recommend.
I mean, I got one killer fucking unicycle in the back if you really want it.
Really?
No,
Doesn't.
not at all.
That
No.
seems unsafe.
Actually, and he's going to go over to his little desk area that's like crowded fucking full of papers and receipts on one of those spikes and just like stuff all over the place. He looks over, he like opens up this little red book and just starts flipping around. I actually do have that Darth Vader guy coming in. He wants to motorize his freaking unicycle.
I've seen those where people are just standing on a wheel. He's thinking of getting one of those.
He's thinking about it, but he's also worried about his gimmick. Because being able to drive it...
Yeah, I don't think it goes backwards real well. I don't know. They're weird sci-fi looking things. You expect to run around the Enterprise.
I think he's better off with the manual, but like if he wants to pay me.
That's fair.
Until it swings the too much acceleration and smashes his face in the ground.
I mean, I feel like it's just a gas-powered Segway at that point, but...
Is he thinking of having it throw flames?
I mean, I can do that.
I mean, it goes with the bagpipe after all.
That's true. I'd worry about setting my ass on fire. Sorry, car. I'm distracted tonight very fucking easily.
Car or something.
Yeah, wits and awareness checks from people.
Don't check go.
And
If you guys stop talking to him for 10 seconds, he starts singing along.
6.
4, 6.
do you have a friend? You do not. Really? Only 2?
Cool. You'll be sitting there having a conversation with your uncle. You two will notice that there's a couple of crimson vials on a counter. Alright, so...
Yeah, everybody's stuff is now.
Why is it red though?
What?
He hasn't seen the new red ones. He's only seen the cobalt.
Oh.
Does change on what?
So what kind of car? Or motorcycle? Or what do you want?
I don't know.
I don't know. I had to
That.
say.
I saw them.
I pull out one. That's
But I
cool.
probably need more range.
I saw one
than
yesterday was
that
blue.
Don't know about the
I'm
blue.
trying
Someone
to
just
get
handed
a
me one.
job.
Oh, you got some cherry moon?
Yeah, I haven't tried it
Cherry
yet.
moon.
Cherry moon. That's
Why
what
is it
it's
red?
called.
Yesterday it was like blue.
It's condensed blood.
Oh, there's a new recipe.
Again.
I mean, again, I only know the cobalt and the red.
There's a cobalt one.
Well, it's called cobalt because it was in a blue glass, but they changed the recipe like it lasts longer now.
Okay.
Like it better shelf life. Okay, so car,
Yeah,
motorcycle,
I'm trying to get
van,
a job.
Jeep.
So I need transportation.
Okay.
If you're talking courier stuff, motorcycle sounds like a good option. Or
Courier?
scooter.
Unless they need me to move.
You becoming a milkman now?
I don't know.
It's true.
I haven't even, huh?
Are you becoming a milkman now?
You want like an ice cream truck?
You could,
Joking.
I was saying
I mean-
you could convert the ice cream truck into the workshop.
Oh my god.
Use the other-
I said joking.
And you can wear a clown mask and call yourself Sweet Pea.
Yeah, you got a van, right?
Yeah.
It seems a bit anchored.
I put a little too much weight in.
Anchored.
Blew the shocks.
Yeah. It's framed to pavement now.
Suck. I can industrialize that if you want to. I get a lot of weird kindred requests.
Well, I can too, but I need money
You're having to
for
take up
parts.
some of the slack from the Finescas, aren't you?
Business has been good.
See, I can fix that, but I need money for parts. And to get money for parts, I'm going to need a job. And to get a job, I'll need to be able to get around.
True.
It's this whole...
Now you give a mouse a
Circle.
cookie, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's economics. What do you do?
I mean... I weld things to other things. So
Do you know anything about cars? I mean, obviously. What do you have?
It's a Mac 10 made out of you.
Holy shit!
You should see the one he made me. Like it's
Yeah, yours is the decorative.
Okay.
so.
You made that?
Yeah.
Marty. Shush.
All right. Okay.
A bunch of free rebar and some like toluene and a few other household chemicals for the propellant.
All right. So, do you need help reinforcing your van?
I can do the work. They need money for parts.
Okay, so you're up for doing it yourself.
Job.
So you know how to do auto body stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not here all the time.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
I could hire you, is what I'm getting. at.
Oh, okay. Yay. That would be convenient.
I mean, you're with Tinia. I'm assuming you're trustworthy.
Yeah, we've well, we were both stuck together during the whole riots situation. He's solid.
Okay. You can handle a schematic?
yeah.
Okay, so like if we get blueprints and stuff for like weird things that people want,
Well, I
like
used-
wrought iron bumpers and stuff like that?
until I got the CAD cam, I had to do everything by hand.
Okay, well I have all the machinery and everything to do things here. You could fix up your van. I got a tow truck. We could pick it up as long as your van's not heavy enough to break the damn thing. I like that face. That means I don't fucking know. No, it's actually reinforced because, like I said, I've had people ask for full-on wrought iron cars.
Flatbed?
A wrought iron flatbread?
Flatbread.
Mozzarella. Flatbread.
Who wants a wrought iron car?
There's client confidentiality. That's what we're gonna go with.
There's a few people that like to build cars out of like junk as well.
Oh, I'm aware of the whole rat rod movement. It's the wrought iron is brittle. That's why I'm like going, huh.
It also rips through changelings like nothing.
Oh, the fae!
Yeah.
Freaking fairies.
The freaking fairies.
Look, seriously, look.
It does.
Thomas is like back up. He's like, is she?
One run-in with him is enough. If I never run
Oh, you
into,
dealt with Faye?
bumped into.
Why don't you tell your uncle anything?
Look, I ran into 3 of them. We had no idea what we were dealing with. Look, absolutely none.
I have been lucky to not run into anything except for a couple of relics every once in a while.
Relics?
Yeah.
What kind? What do you mean? Fae relics? Or-
Yeah.
Huh.
The items that belong to the Fae that were powered by their weird shit. Anyway.
One of them's pockets. So I don't end up with any of that stuff, so I don't know what he had in his pockets.
Well, again, but I did meet, like...
Are those good for anything?
What?
Relics. Like, can you make stuff out of
I mean, it's a good way to get your ass hunted down by a bunch of Fae.
Don't.
So
Look.
very useful.
Looked like some kid. He opened his mouth like this and swallowed a cluster grenade. Just like that scene from The Mask. Don't mess with the Fae.
On here it is. Blah blah blah. Faye. Blah blah blah. Faye. Faye.
Blah blah blah. A bunch of kids show up acting weird and like they know
that's
better
like
than
literally
you.
what he's like looking at you talking. All he's hearing is like blah blah.
Oh, good.
Faye.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that was your attitude. I thought that was
Miles like,
saying
okay,
that.
so you ran into a red cat.
Kind of hearing like we need.
I seem to remember him wearing a red something.
They have different families like we have clans.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like the different species of Fae. So you
Cool.
ran into you ran into 3 of them, and they weren't the same thing.
I know they didn't look very
It's
similar.
interesting. Usually they like I'm just going off like the stuff that I've learned from.
We didn't even
studying
know
books
what they
and stuff.
were. Sam started going on about these things that turned out to be from a video game, but he didn't clarify that at first. They were stealing cubes out of the. Actually, it looks like you had.
Okay,
That
was
them.
Fae related.
That was Fae related.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They hit.
I was like, that
Gabriel's.
is the weirdest fucking prank I've ever seen.
They
in
hit
the world.
Gabriel's.
That was perfect. That was a perfect 3 foot by 3 foot cube stolen out of my parking lot.
They stole out of Gabriel's grounds. You remember his
Yeah, where the hell is that guy?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. They just decided
He
to stay.
decided to stay behind, apparently.
All right. I got paid. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they stole a chunk out of the middle of his lot, the ground.
All right.
And they stole a chunk
All
of
right.
the
We are
middle.
getting distracted.
It was, yeah.
You need a job. I need somebody to run the place while I'm not here.
And it sounds like we need a rolling car.
There's somebody ordered.
Dude,
it
it's
or
rare to run into those things. Like even when you go looking for them, you don't really find them very often.
I called the only person I knew who might know something about that was Harker, and he only vaguely knew about them because his sire, master, whoever, told him something about them. That was the only reason we had any clue.
Wow.
what we were dealing with.
Okay.
Good to know you know if we run into.
I got yes or no is all I'm asking. I'm not trying to get into your shit. Do you have a haven? Like a place to live?
A van that's stuck at the.
Okay.
last
I got a spare room.
Yeah. I don't
Like a
know
spare
the
apartment.
community. I got a house, but I haven't been there in a while.
Okay. Well, I was like, while you're working here, you can use it because I'm not using it. I don't even have anything in there for storage right now
Yeah.
because I just emptied the damn thing out a while ago. So,
That might be nicer than being in the van.
okay. Do you still need a car or do you just want to? Like if
well,
I mean, in fairness, you have the job.
I mean, in fairness, you could have both. Like, because I don't need somebody unless I'm not here.
well, that means then that I know that I don't need like a big car. I just need to put together like a moped or something to get to the last drop and whatever else is happening.
Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
I mean, no.
It's just a
tricycle.
faster moped.
All right. He's gonna walk over like past a couple of other cars that are like under big like tarps and over to the corner of the room where he has this like gorgeous motorcycle like off to one side. But he's gonna walk past that and pick up this thing that's under sheet and all. He just picks the whole thing up. He like lifts it over his head and like kind of moves sideways around and puts it down, and you just hear this as it lands. And he'll take off the sheet. He's like, "I got this you can use," and it's like a dirt bike.
That looks.
I was gonna say I got that. You're not driving my shovel head. Just not gonna fucking happen. 1972 shovel head. I'm not sharing. Like
No, like, especially not.
I can put it in the van when I'm not using it.
that's true. That's actually very helpful. Like
That sounds great.
consider a signing bonus if you decide to work with me.
Oh yeah, pay. Like
Well, pay will come from like off of the pay of the people who we're doing work for. Like basically, you'll work on commission.
okay.
Because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing for the Kindred is kind of under the books. So the business itself has enough to keep the lights on, but it's not paying anything out other than that.
Okay.
So sounds like on top of the commission, doing the couple side jobs, currying might not be a terrible idea.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd need an advance to buy that.
That's true.
Okay. Well, I like this.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand. He doesn't hurt you, but he has a hell of a handshake.
Yeah, well, I can
Yeah.
give back pretty decently, I'm sure.
Alright. Cool. Cool. Fuck up and I break your legs. And I make you heal them backwards. He's done it before. Don't.
Then that's an out of character.
And that's like, you know, I mean, like you fuck up on purpose.
No.
You know, like accidents happen. But like, you fuck me over.
Every body drops a wrench.
Walks
Not
like a duck, it's probably gonna be you.
wrench on someone's head.
Okay.
Not everybody steals all the wrenches. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way.
Most of the
Dropping a
big
wrench, sure. Losing a wrench.
most of
sure.
the big machines are in the hangar out back. But we got all the typical stuff in here. Sometimes we need other than typical stuff, such as the forge and all that junk.
I'm gonna be siphoning machine time.
I assumed. But you want to see the apartment?
Guess. But can I see the hangar?
Sure. He's gonna take you back. It is literally an old flight hangar. It's falling apart.
I'm already imagining the toy store here.
Yeah, it's like you name it, it's probably in here because he's gonna have pretty much the same mentality towards tools as you do.
More is good.
And he has the money
More
to
than that is
do
good.
whatever he wants. So
What do you know about those? He's pointing at the flasks.
Not much. Apparently that's the new...
yeah, it's
Drug
the same.
like-
It's the same things you have.
I pull out the one I've got. So just double.
So as you guys are having this conversation, I'm going to jump to the other scene, which is only taking place about
3 blocks.
probably less. You're probably like
Like, if
you're
we're
probably
standing
like
out
2
front,
businesses down
like
from
if we're
where they are.
standing out front, we look up and see his truck going
You
by.
probably heard my truck coming from a quarter mile away.
As you
We're standing
drive
outside having
by,
a chit chat. I reckon while they're going and looking at the.
as you're driving towards the motel, there's you can see his Audi.
You might
sitting
even
out
see
front.
us too,
Yeah, they're
because they're off going and
they're
looking at the hangar.
they're silhouetted in the lights from the garage. Like you can see them. You just drive on past. Okay.
I got business to do.
Yeah. So
But calling it
The,
it's like hyper concentrated blood. I haven't tasted it yet. Silver cherry.
the motel.
The guy that's been working on it.
You guys remember what we called the motel?
It didn't have a name.
It didn't have a. Okay, it was.
It was just.
It was busted. There's a big like metal pole and no sign. Like it's just not there anymore.
Like half the hotel had fallen in.
Yeah, it's collapsed on one side.
Places.
The newest part of this hotel, the newest part of this hotel,
Inn.
the Dany Inn, the Shadow Lodge. The newest part, other than the overgrown grass that's like growing up all over the place and including through the concrete of this place, is there are like 8 foot tall chain link fences that are like built around the place. Like it's the kind of thing where like it's the chain link fence and it's got like wide feet with sandbags holding them in place. That's the newest thing. And like it's also ripped open. There's like sand piling up. The bags are pretty much all gone.
Police line, do not cross tape.
There is a police line that was tied around the fence at one point, but it's just been cut and opened, and
You might see a mirror
there's
somewhere in there.
there's a little bit more police tape on like a couple of the rooms, but again they've been ripped and yeah.
You must see a big ass mirror somewhere.
If it's still there.
If it's still there.
Aside from that, there's a few cars.
Any of them look familiar? From the last.
I mean, maybe.
That's where we found the kid that was taking over.
So,
He's trying to cover method.
So I'm not going to be able to pull into the parking lot.
the fence itself is open. You could very well. You'd be inside the chain link fence at that point.
I don't want any meth.
It's a bad one, but if he's making this sort of stuff and it's useful, maybe we can convince him it's more lucrative.
They're working on it? I don't know if they're working on it.
So, yeah, I'll pull in the parking
If they
lot.
know how to make it,
I might have some
we can
people who
recruit
know.
them to make it.
Same deal. You got people sitting out front.
Kind of, just that product. Or with him around.
Before
We
I
talked to
get,
Teeny, like, what was her?
after I park the truck,
Okay.
shut off the engine. Before I get out the truck, I'm gonna stick my
Okay.
revolvers
Might be
in
worth talking to him.
holsters underneath the
I know
jacket.
some people who know some
one that
people.
saw him.
I know some people who know some people. They might have a line on this fella.
Yeah, perfect.
And
No,
is that your Toreador friend's truck that just went by?
I'm gonna.
Sure sounded it.
Yeah, there's some guys who are just smoking cigarettes, listening to a radio out front. It's blaring a lot louder than this, but I want to be able to hear you. Probably playing cards or something out front.
But yeah, this stuff's everywhere. Kind of like
Head over in their direction.
in the last
Okay, you're just walking up to them.
Yeah,
When they see you coming, they'll put their cards down, they'll stand up, and they'll move their shirts out of the way. They are strapped. But they're not moving on it, but they're just making sure that you see it.
Yeah, we could
They're posturing.
get over
What's up?
that business. We can distribute between everybody.
so you know the problem with that Bursa you got? Super light hair trigger. You'll blow your dick off keeping it in your belt like that.
They will pull their guns out. They're not holding it professionally. They're holding it threateningly. But
Like,
well, no, they're not like that. But they are like they're holding it close to them. What do you want?
They're not posing with it.
Actually, I want to talk to Tupper.
I'm gonna talk to Tupper.
Yep.
Who should we say is asking for his attention?
Mr. Cash.
Mr. Cash. They're just gonna bang on the window of the apartment that they're standing in front of. And like you're gonna notice the blanket that's been tapped up on the inside gets moved over. Somebody's gonna see. You're not even gonna really be able to see who's in there. And
You and your cowboy outfit.
yeah, are you dressed in your? Oh god.
Always.
Oh god. All right. The guy sticks his head out. What the fuck's going on out here? It's not Tupper. It's this big guy. He's like, he wants to. Mr. Cash here wants to talk to Tupper. Mr. Cash. He just looks you up, you down. He's like, a little bit fucking early for Halloween. What do you want?
We need to talk to Tupper.
Boss! There's some indistinguished, like, yelling back and forth for a couple seconds. And this ratty little, oily looking guy in, like, pajama pants and a sweatshirt with way too many unidentifiable stains on it and a pink bathrobe is gonna stick his head out. He's got his eyes are really like sunken and like blackened. Like he just looks unhealthy, just all out. He is not at all. Why are you playing on that? What the hell?
Finally loaded.
Apparently.
Yeah, fuck it. He obviously is just not using Blush of Life. The man looks like a corpse, pretty much. And like he's got like blue veins like all over his face and on his hands from what you can see. He's gonna be like, what? Look, I got shit to do. What?
Need to talk to you about some of your product.
Alright. You want a discount? Fuck you.
No, I don't want a discount. I'm not talking about the stuff that you sell to the normies. Either. Talking about the stuff that's pink.
Boys, go get a fucking pizza. Right. Are you sure? It's like, I can handle Mr. Cash. And he, like, all of them get up and start walking down the street. Alright. What about it?
So,
He's like swaying back and forth a little bit. Like he doesn't even look like he's holding himself together very well.
a couple of associates are actually once wanted to talk to you. They just know that I had a run with you before.
Alright.
So they asked me to track you down.
Tracked.
Yep.
Wasn't really hiding that much.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean,
Which direction are they walking down the street?
Probably past you
us.
guys, yeah.
Well, I mean, you did haul up out of the house in the
That
neighborhood.
close?
You're like
That
2
close.
buildings away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're near enough that if there's gunfire, we'll hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're even near enough that if there's
Potentially
gunfire, we
heavy.
might need to hit the deck.
I mean, you did up and split out of the house that you were using in my territory.
Oh, is that what this is about? Were you guys the ones who killed my guys?
I didn't do it. If I did it, there would have been a lot more smaller circular holes.
Well, when I set up shop, it didn't belong to a fucking tower. Alright? So you guys are coming over here, fucking with me in my business, and you killed some of my guys.
No, that was a family matter because one of your users, his family didn't take kindly to him being one of your users, and his relative got him out. We just happened to be in the area at the time.
So this guy killed my men on your territory.
Yeah.
So it's still your fault. If I know the rules. Right. So are you here, like, representing the ivory tower or something? Because y'all can just fuck right along. Because from what I understand, this is still Anarch territory.
Yep.
And if it's not, well, you guys can suck my fucking dick anyway. Because until, like, a sheriff comes down here that I can try shoving a boot up his ass, I don't fucking give a shit what you guys have to say.
This would be a good
Because
spot.
after my guys here...
That's asking for
Oh,
it.
now's the time for Munroff. Just go, excuse me. Food of blood to shit my pants. But, like, see, after a couple of my guys were fucking taken out, I decided to up some security.
Oh, the guys who don't know enough about handguns to put someone with a hair trigger right above their cock.
Dude, how bad do you want this to be?
I have a feeling we're about to.
He's just gonna suddenly stop swaying. And he's going to start looking a little healthier.
Look, I'm not after a fight tonight.
Alright, we're gonna schedule tomorrow? I might have some time. Yeah, fuck it.
I'm here because I was asked to find you.
Found. Is this gonna be a cam issue or not?
I don't think it will be, but ring.
Probably close enough to hear his phone ring.
Depends on how loud he's got the volume up.
This is-
Always, all the time.
All the way up.
All the way up.
Do you answer?
My ringtone is literally, what's the name of that song? Oh, fuck. It's the one that goes, money, 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 money.
So much like him.
Hello.
Hey, you and Timmy are busy?
No, are you? Like,
Oh, I got Tupper here in front of you. Y'all want to come over?
Isn't she the Baron?
oh,
Like, why is the cam working with the Baron?
you want to hear the news?
What's up?
Apparently you found Tupper.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay. Shit. Kudos to them. Damn, that was fast.
Well, yeah, we should probably go have a chat with him. What's his? Good stuff. So.
After you.
Where are we going?
Literally, I pointed to the truck.
Oh, there I can see it. Oh, you're still closer to the road than I was. I saw it go past. I didn't see it was parked. Yeah.
I'm gonna point to the truck. He says,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you look out, you
Yeah.
can see his truck
Oh.
next to that motel.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna
Set
pull.
up shop
I'm just
there.
gonna check my gun, make sure like if there's bullets in it.
Hey Jay, we're walking down the street a little ways. When you're done doing inventory, you can come say hi if you like.
What's down the street?
Burnt out motel. Apparently found the guy who's making the new stuff.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Why do you have your gun out?
Now, why do you have your gun out?
Precautions.
I thought this was a business proposition you're wanting. Come on.
This is.
Alright. I'm gonna start walking that way.
I'm gonna catch up. As soon as I've assured myself that.
So, are you looking at Tupper? So, are you so certain that this is just tower business at this point? I'm smirking at him.
I said, we're on our way.
Just on the door. And, like, 4 other people are gonna come out.
So, at that point,
2 chicks, 2 guys.
You're walking into a hot room.
I slide my jacket back so he can see I am armed and our revolvers are in actual quick draw holsters.
So you're.
Well, no. So, you know, and
I've seen the trick shot.
you know, in Tombstone, how Holiday had the cross draw up here and the reverse draw.
Okay, I see it. I remember now. Yeah. That's how you did that. Alrighty.
Let us know when we get there. We're walking.
Yeah.
We're in no particular hurry.
My hands aren't near the revolvers, but I'm letting him know.
What is this shit? He's gonna turn off the fucking radio. It's not doing what I want.
Nobody wants to get their ass beat to a soundtrack.
So,
Especially not that one.
you guys can walk up. It doesn't take long. It's literally 2 buildings down. And you see...
My hands are.
With
Look, I know you're dressed for the OK crowd, but really?
several people around him.
I was okay. I know you're dressed for the OK corral, but really? What? I thought this was a business proposition we were walking in for.
That's what I was.
The guy in the middle is like, guys, we have royalty in the house. All hail the Baron of Portland. And he's gonna like mock bow.
Lieutenant.
One of them's gonna go,
If you-
ah! Like, they fucking play it up.
Yeah.
Disrespect all the way around.
How many? What's?
Yeah, let's see.
That is one of those, isn't it?
Insulted by an inferior, difficulty 2.
Oh, God.
And that's.
Public humiliation, also difficulty 2. So you're fine. Just you roll your
It's composure and resolve.
composure and resolve. You want at least 2 successes.
I'm down to. Because Bruja.
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's 2 successes. No, seriously, I had 1 success and 1
Yeah.
passed out. That was the other success, so I rolled another success. So we had 2 successes. Lieutenant these days.
Oh, a demotion. You don't have to roll again.
Yeah.
What?
So,
I was telling your little candy cowboy here that this is our fucking area. Like, we are not fucking with anybody, and he comes knocking on the door asking about shit he's concerned with because of humans. After, apparently, he owns the territory that we were in without us knowing about it, and he killed some of our guys. So,
you left out a few of those details.
fucking slashed their throats, man. Shoved them in a car.
That was.
Cops found them the next day.
Okay.
Like, after hours of them sitting in hot sun.
Ew. I at least have the decency to leave them where they're easily found.
Mm-hmm. There's like some obnoxious barking coming from inside, and big dogs. You can hear them. That'll be the rest of our crew, if need be.
Like I said, no, I was interested in finding out a bit more about the new stuff that you've got out. Possibly see about getting you some better digs if you're making this good of stuff in this place.
The girl is she's a little bit, she's very much better dressed than Tupper. She's wearing jeans, Metallica t-shirt, her hair's pulled back in a ponytail, and she's got a set of like food handling gloves on, like the really thin.
Oh yeah,
she's got those on, but she's got hair ties wrapped around the wrists.
Okay.
And she's like, "What do you want? What about it?" I assume you're asking about Cherry Moon.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah.
Are you the cook for the Cherry Moon?
She looks towards one of the other guy who's also. They're Hot Topic punk. Like their clothes aren't dirty. Any rips or tears look manufactured, kind of thing.
Okay.
And she goes, "Me and Caleb do it." Caleb looks ashamed more than anything. She looks like, what the fuck of it? Like, kind of thing.
What's Tupper take? What's his cut off of what you make?
We split everything equally. Tupper says that.
I wasn't asking you. I'm looking at the girl.
You could be a little bit more respectful since you're in our fucking territory this time. And being Dustborn, we might just take a little walk over to your house during the day.
You don't know where my house actually is.
Can find it. Can find it really easy, actually, with alchemy. Like, her and the other guy who hasn't said what his name is, who's just a little bit taller, are both just like, if looks could kill, you'd be on fire right now. Tupper looks smug as shit. The other guy's still like, how long is this going to be fucking going on?
Here's my offer. Proper place to actually work. I will say 90-10 profit. 90 going to you.
You want to like...
And you keep cooking this. Nothing else.
You can tell that the girl and the guy who are like want to like jump in and go like they're radiating go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they're not happy with.
But before they have a chance to say, Tupper puts his hand up. It's like, I'll do the talking. You guys do the cooking. Why? That's the first thing. Why? Why exactly do you want? You want access? Like, is that it? Are you trying to get like freebies or something?
I got money to pay. I don't got no problem with that one. I just don't want more of your previous shit.
What previous shit? Let's talk about the previous shit of people getting killed who are on my payroll. Let's talk about that. That's the only previous shit. The only previous shit is that you guys are coming up here acting like we've offended you when you've murdered some of my fucking guys.
Right. It does
Did we
sound...
murder anybody?
We didn't. No.
2 fucking guys. Throat slit. Shoved in cars.
It sounds like somebody owes
Dogs
these
are
guys...
freaking the fuck out in the background.
Sounds like somebody owes this gang, coterie, whatever you want to call them, for
Big guy spits on the ground when you say coterie.
for the 2 people that they had murdered in your turf.
Okay.
Because if I'm understanding correctly, it was in your turf. That you guys were claiming it as your turf at the time. And to humans who are under this group's payroll, protection, whatever you want to call it, got killed, and you guys were at the scene. Am I understanding the situation correctly? Y'all are all real quiet right this second. Look, I don't know how the cam's running things these days, but I know how it works when somebody kills somebody from another group's gang. You gotta make it right. Even if you didn't do it personally, your gang is responsible for the actions of your crew.
Most of them got fucking ear-to-ear grins, except for the one guy who... Caleb.
So the person who did it isn't our crew.
Then you better find who it was.
Oh, we know who it
and
was.
Get him to make it right.
Oh, we know who it was, and...
Because I can see there's not going to be a lot of dealing between your crew and this crew until this is dealt with. Because they're blaming you.
I don't know that we want to get that person involved any further. Because if he gets involved any further, I don't think there's going to be anything left. Because when we mentioned his name, Monroe's the sheriff.
Monroe
is the sheriff, yeah.
Monroe got a little bit nervous.
When Roth got nervous.
This is that little kid John's family that you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
When Roth got nervous.
Yes.
He can do that?
Look, I'm really glad that the California raisin was afraid, but that really doesn't have anything to do with the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Now, better area with, like, I don't know, a vault or a walk-in freezer or something like that would be really nice. Something with some strong walls.
Something like that used to be... Something that like used to be a restaurant, for example.
A restaurant or a bank would probably be the best bet. The other ones are looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I can think of a few potential places.
Something with like a really thick basement might work. Something like that.
The only caveat that he did bring up that I would strongly encourage is the other stuff. That should be enough.
Hey, we stopped.
Good.
That was a step on the way of what we were doing now. And fucking
Yeah.
Cherry Moon is enough to keep us going, and the humans don't even get involved in that.
Even better. I said. Portland's got enough problems as it is without that.
No, I
so
agree.
I'm glad to hear you've already stopped. That's
I was just doing what I know how to do.
understandable.
Buttons the jacket back up.
So.
Mr. Cash.
I am curious. I've only just heard of Cherry Moon as of this evening. It's... You guys hit the street fast, let's just say. I hadn't heard about it 3 days ago, now it's everywhere.
Maybe just circles.
It's entirely possible.
We've been doing it for a while, actually. We stopped using Cobalt like 2 weeks ago.
Yep. It's not... How to put this tactfully? Is it addictive? Like the
Have you
other
seen
stuff?
anybody have issues with that?
Again, I have only just seen it.
It's a enhanced blood. Tastes good, and you don't need to you need less than typical.
Okay. So it could be, but only because people are after that convenience and taste, rather than it being...
I'd say
No.
less addictive than McDonald's.
Okay.
Fucking no.
Alright, that's what I was kind of driving at. Like, is it addictive in the McDonald's way? Is it addictive in the...
It gets you going. Yeah, I mean, a couple of the fucking old capes that ask for it, they like the way it makes them feel. It's shit that they feel things that, like, they haven't felt for a long time, or whatever sob story they want to tell us.
Good to know. Interesting. But yes, I think that a beneficial business arrangement can be made. I said getting you some better digs, stronger
Walls.
stronger walls.
That'd be
get
nice.
Some actual walls.
A proper, like, chemical set.
Well,
The girl is just like, we're not actually fucking considering this. Look, better digs is better digs.
and the cam not breathing down your neck.
That'd be nice too.
So.
We have just as many cam customers as we have ANR customers, so
Basically, bring you a little more above board to the general eye, let's just say. I think it could be good for Portland.
Tupper's gonna reach inside to like where the air conditioning usually is in a motel, like right next to the door. He's gonna get like a big old styrofoam big gulp cup and just start drinking out of it.
So. We'll do some looking for one of those.
Yeah, sure.
I've
We'll
got
be here.
one or two in mind,
We'll be here.
and we'll go from there. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand. It's clammy and cold.
Yeah.
and- yeah. Tupper, Ilya, Caleb, Constance over there with the attitude problem. She just flicks you off and gives you a dirty look.
Yeah. Right.
Go check on the dogs. Constance just goes inside.
And
Caleb like fucking runs behind her.
shall we let them get back to their business?
I accomplished what I was asked to do, which was to find them.
It's probably cheaper to buy it straight from you guys, right?
Fucking. Yeah. You need like goes inside. How much you want?
Well, not yet. I need to
How
know
much you need?
how much, because I'm getting a job, but I don't have the job yet. So
We're gonna work together. Like Tupper's like, we're gonna work together.
I don't know if Tim
Right? Is he part of this?
Yeah.
Is he part of this, or is he just here to look?
if
like
Tim
that?
says so.
He's with me. So,
All
yeah.
right. He Ilya is gonna go inside. He's in there for a couple minutes. Tupper. If nobody talks to Tupper, he doesn't talk to anybody. He'll be quiet. And a couple minutes later, Ilya's gonna come out with this like crumpled up old like paper bag, and he's just gonna like chuck it to Tupper, who will catch it, and he does that rough handoff like into the chest kind of thing. Here, call it a business incentive. All right. Anything else? Around this time, there's going to be a couple guys walking back
They come
up
back with a pizza.
with like 3 pizzas. Yeah. Probably smell it before you hear them.
I believe that's our end of the business concluded for the evening. So.
All right.
We'll be in contact.
Shelf life isn't long. He's going to go inside.
Like tomorrow or
Inside.
We're gonna pull
If you
back.
look, there's 8 vials inside. They're not
Labeled.
like, no, they're not labeled.
Oh.
They're not
No expiration date.
they're not like packed in anything or anything like that. It's literally 8 vials, 8 glass vials that somebody just grabbed and threw in a bag and handed it to you. They're chinkling together, like clinking together when he hands it to you.
oh, well, okay.
I'm just like pulling back towards Trent's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just away from this one. We're getting away from.
Yeah, my truck
situation,
started up. Drive around.
Okay. Are you driving to Trent's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what the heck was that?
Which part?
The fact that we walked up and there was about to be a gunfight. Let's start with that.
So that was Tupper threw a little bit of attitude. I told him he needed security that was so stupid with their firearms.
You mean that crew that walked down the street?
Yes.
How stupid are we talking about?
A half-pound trigger on a pistol, the barrel aimed at his dick.
I see no dick in the near future.
Exactly.
Anyway, anyhow, so you insulted his guys and said he needed better security. What happened then?
I'm guessing he threw a fit.
He threw a little bit of a fit.
Don't get eccentric about it.
I called Thomas.
Okay, when did the rest of the crew get out there or with the dogs inside?
About the time I hung up.
Okay, so you told me we needed better security and the rest of the actual security showed up.
I don't think those were secure.
No, I think those were the rest of his coterie.
I wonder where the cooks.
I think
Yes,
they're all the
that's
cooks.
the
That's the
same
thing.
They're all cooking.
Yeah.
It's a thin blood game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the thing, I don't know how much you guys know about thin bloods. You never know what they might have up their sleeves. Quite literally sometimes.
Fair enough.
And coming in acting all show off high and mighty might get it thrown in your face quite literally. You're in Anarch territory too, guys.
Which is why I showed restraint.
Hey, ST.
Hmm.
How does that memory check thing work?
Intelligence plus insight.
3. When was I supposed to meet Pete Guncern?
Whenever you needed him.
Okay. That would be why I didn't have enough.
Yeah. When you're ready to talk to him, he's ready to work things out. But they wanted to plan like a blood drive or something to get direct blood for it.
How old was the kid?
How old was the kid?
Sorry,
Johnny?
Johnny, yeah.
It
Johnny?
was like early 20s.
Early 20s. Yeah.
I want to make sure something. For some reason.
12-year-old meth head. No.
No, for some reason like 17 or something.
Yeah, no, he was in his 20s.
Alright, next question. What was this about somebody murdering 3 of his guys and leaving them in a hot car?
Johnny's great-great-great-grandfather,
Name?
Ling.
Does the name come up
Yeah,
first?
I say, does any of you know anything about Ling?
Not really. It's really hard to keep track
Of everybody that was in the
of
party?
Gangrel in general.
Yeah.
So, like, not really. Like, you may have even seen him in passing and not really known what his name was.
Yeah, may have heard the name because he's been in the city for so long. Relatively speaking, in and out.
You have to ask very specific people, and I don't think you've ever talked to them, so...
That's fair. Yeah.
Jason Scurry.
No, I don't know him.
Well, let's put it this way. When we mentioned
Link does
him
vampire
to,
right. He does not fucking talk to anyone.
when we mentioned his name to Monroth,
Jay Scurry's back in the garage.
Monroth blanched at the thought of an Asian vampire. Not American or European Asian?
You're Anarch, you're Bruja, you're now. It might literally be more of a racism issue. And not even a racism, oh, he's Chinese, but more of like, might be, like, you hear vampires, especially Anarchs, when they hear the term, like, Asian vampire, they get fucking quiet. Almost like somebody whispered werewolf. Like, the idea of Asian vampires terrifies the shit out of people. You've met a couple.
Yeah.
You were involved in that fucking weird exorcism that happened in Chicago.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right, she was.
And she was, yeah, but like, you hear people mention it, especially like the further the further west you go in this country, and the more like
Spooky.
you might have even heard the word Kwai Jin whispered.
What? So, there's plenty of Asian vampires. Like, it wasn't real common apparently in the, you know,
I think he tried to
1800s?
mean it's.
but
I don't
like,
Not the European Western flavor of vampire, which most of us are. I mean, Far East.
the more you
flavor.
talk, the more I wonder if I'm supposed to be offended. Tinia, for reference, looks very Middle Eastern.
Thomas, do you remember what he said? There's a specific
Like,
term he used.
a lot of the older
for
vampires
When we
get
mentioned
weird
Wing,
about...
he said, Kwai something? I can't remember.
You can fill in the blanks.
Kwai... Yeah, I've heard that term bandied
Yeah.
around a few times. Kwai Jen, that was it.
You probably heard it from Colin.
Yeah, no, it seems to be a term that some of the older vampires use for vampires from Asia. I mean...
I don't believe that's like a reference to vampires from Asia. I think it's
A specific type. Like, I don't think they're Tower, Anarch, or anything like that.
So another sect like the Ashira.
That actually would make a lot of sense to you guys, is like the Kwai Jin might just be another name for a sect. That's... The Kwai Jin should just be the name for us.
I've heard at least one person's written up a
Oh yeah.
fan
There are definitely
Yeah,
some very good
based on that exact-
hungry dead mentality for Kwai Jin, yeah.
So, yeah, just... Okay, I'm sure they have their own sects in Asia, just like they have their own sects in the Middle East and here.
Do you know Monroff to get nervous?
You're gonna get a text from your
You
sire.
gotta understand, guys, these people are...
Says
They were 1800s.
I've
Most
arrived
of their
in town.
interactions when they were alive
This is
with
the location I am
Chinese was
staying.
laundries and railroads. You know,
it's like the
that those
fanciest
days.
hoity-toity. Actually, it's
And
probably
the
the
Mysterious
Benson.
East, where they
Benson
did all
Hotel.
kinds of, you know, think of all your bad pulp novels from the
I would-
30s.
could be a set, could be a another
Type it
clan
and
for
punch it
another-
into
Another what?
another,
navigation to see how long it'd take me to get there.
Like,
You're probably
Look,
like
I've-
20-minute,
I
30-minute
played
drive in
tour
clear
guide
traffic.
to a vampire from Japan for
How
a
soon?
week. He was a solid fella.
What
When you're
country is it
available.
Hakata. He was Hakata.
I know you're
actually.
busy.
from? They kind of usually prominent right now in Japan.
I just remembered Asano.
That's true. You met a Japanese
Hakata.
Giovanni. Yeah.
Played tour guide for a Japanese Giovanni.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's a solid guy. Like,
Yeah, you saved your brother's life.
yeah. Like I said, a lot of the
Every time I
Do
think
we
of
ever do?
Asano, I think
I
of Step
probably
Brothers.
do, but
You
his
actually
dead
saw
is dead.
Dawn eat a man's penis? It was in international waters, so they couldn't prosecute. I saw it. It's like Kobayashi.
So yeah, no. If people Monroff's age, because I know he's roughly the same age as
Older
Colin.
than dirt?
No, old as the city. Let's put it that way. Like, you might be getting an awful lot of the old fears about the Shanghai tunnels, for
Your
example.
sire has spoken very highly of Jacob Monroff, and she talks about how she was there when he was embraced. So your sire is older than Monroff.
That's right. I didn't actually go into town during the dream time.
No, Jess did. I said, Jess needs to know this. She's got a chart to fill out.
It's Countess Catherine Kodesky.
So, anyways, my point still stands. If we get Johnny's ancestor involved in this, he doesn't have a high opinion of Tupper.
Okay.
Since he's the one that was providing the drugs for that kid.
Right.
When we found the kid, he was actually, what's the best way to put it? He looked like a rag doll.
So, let me put it this way. Do you think he's going to want to carry this out into a feud? Or do you
Not
think he wants to put it to bed at this
I don't
stage?
think so, as long as
He
his
would-
family's not involved.
as long as his family isn't involved, he'll let things go.
Okay. However, his family might be involved because you guys are keeping an eye on his family. Is that
Because
correct?
he asked us to.
And Tupper's mad at you guys? Technically,
Because
he's
he
mad
thinks
at Ling, which
he-
means that he might be able to visit back on the kid that you guys stole from him in the first place. You might want to make this right with Tupper and his gang. Even if it wasn't your fault, even if it was Ling who did it, you guys are treading on thin ice when it comes to this sort of thing.
Do you want us to tell Ling that Topper wants to meet him?
You might mention to Ling the situation if you're able to get a hold of him. I know,
Shouldn't be too difficult.
so, and if you can't, and if he doesn't want to make it right, you guys might have to take that on yourselves to do.
Do you want 2% keying it to him?
I've got another appointment I need to go take care of, but I am more than willing to talk to Ling after I deal with that one.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you later.
Damn, people splitting the party.
Look,
Is
don't
it gonna
get
is it gonna potentially end up in a shootout too?
I
No,
don't think he needs guns.
no.
That's not the point I was making.
The Countess appreciates my artistry, but not in that fashion. Starts the truck and drives away.
How long have you guys all been a coterie?
Month?
Great, that explains so much.
He was our last edition.
All right, so where are you heading? Are you heading to the Benson?
Yep.
Okay. And what are you guys doing?
In the garage.
Okay, so he's just vanished.
Yeah,
He's just
I
not
have-
here.
I could probably hear the banging going on around the corner.
I don't think there's any banging. He just walked back into the garage itself, and then you guys haven't really seen or heard from him since. Miles is working on that car again. Probably like, if you look over, he's probably like literally manhandling the entire entire front bumper off the car, and just kind of like.
Yeet!
We still have a freaking ghost situation.
All right, so you drive to the Benson. There is a garage for the Benson across the street. This is the area of town where like all the buildings are really tall, big, and
Yeah.
you walk into the Benson and it's all woods and golds, and it's just a really, really fancy hotel. When you walk in, it's this massive area up front that has like a seating area. There's like a little cafe on one side. There's a sign for the bar, and then there's the actual like registration desk like off to the left when you first walk in. There's also elevators and stuff.
Did she tell me which room she was in?
No, she just told you hotel. She expects you to socialize like a civilized person,
The
not like
mirrored bar. The bar
not
with
like
all
an
mirrors.
not like an anarch heathen.
Switching gears. Checking the bar first.
Oh, okay.
All
There's
those mirrors on the walls.
yeah, it's mirrored in here and bright, and there's a dance floor. Like this is like a full on like almost like a nightclub in this place, but it like sticks with the rest of the aesthetic of the bar. There are people just enjoying the time. There's some light string music playing from like every direction from what you can tell. And yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and say that she's in the bar. She's sitting at the bar with a man who is impeccably dressed. The man has like some chiseled features, very, very handsome. And let's see.
Does he ping as Kindred to me?
How can you tell? What do you have that lets you ping Kindred?
Yes, that does require
There are specific powers
Specific
that do that.
things.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
I mean, there's
Nothing
different
else,
ways to do it too.
Maybe insight.
Oh, there's various. What do you got?
I guess I could do maybe try wits insight, see if
There's specifically disciplines that allow you to do this kind of thing.
I don't.
I mean, can I help him out here?
Hmm?
Can I help him out here?
Yeah, by all means.
Do you have
We do not gatekeep.
enhanced senses?
I do have heightened sense.
I think if you concentrate enough.
I think in this room, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I said there's certain levels of animals.
That is the gentleman who is sitting with your sire, except for the fact that he has like a small scar on his chin.
If you get close enough with heightened senses, you can listen for a heartbeat. You can try and pick
Which
out
would only
an
work if they're not
individual-
using
That's what I
blood
thought.
Yes,
an
it's just
individual smell. There's things you can try.
it's just being in this room. If you tried to use any kind of heightened senses with all the movement and all the people, and it's going to be disorientating more than anything.
Right.
If you have sense the unseen as well, I think it will work.
No,
does it?
no, it
No.
doesn't. No, it's
You would need to be able to.
since the beast is the one.
You would
I'm
need
thinking
sense the
of,
beast, which is
first level
animalism, or you would need auspex like aura perception to be
Oh, yeah.
able to do it.
Neither of which I have. Anyways,
like maybe something with an occult role, but not in this sort of a
And then
situation.
so
your sire. I mean, it's always hard to find a good picture of her.
A Toreador? Catherine Zeta-Jones, dude.
Dude, I have an avatar for her already. It's
Really?
not Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah, I thought I showed it to you.
I don't remember. I think you did show me, but I don't know who was she.
It's hard because she's older now, and I'm looking for one where she's like, damn, still. Okay, that's your sire.
Who was she?
I'm using Mary's T version.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're sitting at a table alone, and they seem to be in delightful conversation. She's holding his hand. This seems to be a rendezvous of some kind.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's almost definitely Monroe from After 1,000 Faces.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Look, let me show you the chart. I now can fill out that section of the chart properly.
seriously, I'm actually really
I
proud
mean,
of
it's
her.
not this.
So I'm going.
I'm so tempted to just go meet your new daddy. I'm sorry. We'll get back into this.
There we go, Portland blood.
Anyway, so how do you handle walking up? What do you think your relationship with your sire is? Is this like
So the Toreador.
how do you think you would feel seeing her with some unknown handsome male?
You see, the red lines mean that they're romantically
So I don't feel like there was ever a romantic aspect to.
Going here.
black lines are code.
She would really put it off as a mother-child
Right.
or mother-son relationship. She's very loving, but she's also very stern.
Yeah.
You also know that she belongs to what she calls a guild in Europe called the Daughters of Cacophony.
That look right there.
Here we go, another coat.
Fill you in later.
Here we go, another coat.
No,
Do you approach? Do you?
I'm not going to approach, but I'm going to take a seat at the bar where I know she can see me sitting.
Okay.
I'm going to make small talk with.
Yeah. After a couple of seconds of you sitting at the bar,
family trade.
she is going to blatantly use summon on you.
I know that. Tinian knows
Are you
that. Jasper.
fighting that?
Yes, I know. This is from.
Because you are going to feel the tug of join us at the table.
No, it's not something I think I need to resist currently.
Summon is a hell of a lot nicer of a discipline than it used to be. There is not like a get your ass over here moment feeling. It's more like a you are compelled to join.
Right, I'll, excuse myself from the conversations I'm currently having and then,
Yeah. Do you when you sit down at the bar, you're probably at the bar for probably like a good minute or so, and the person who is running the bar, the bartender themselves, within a minute of you sitting down at the bar, you don't ask, you don't talk, you don't do anything. He puts a drink down in front of you automatically and just double knock and a wink and moves off and does his own thing. And there's blood in there.
right.
It is a very intoxicating cherry scented blood, but there's blood in there. It kind of smells like somebody just emptied a bottle of grenadine in this thing.
Didn't do it.
So I'm assuming it's going to be more of a sipping whiskey than.
Let me know if you actually drink it, though. I just need to know.
To maintain appearances around the normies, I will.
Okay. It tastes like artificial cherry. Like, have you ever had like maraschino cherries or cherry cherry syrup on ice cream? That's what you get from it. But there's also blood. And by the way, you are at one hunger. You drink it, and all of your hunger goes away except for that very last one that you actually have to kill somebody to get rid of. And you are very passionate at this point. Like, you can feel the... Like, you for a second there, you're like, my heart's beating again. And when you turn around and see your sire sitting next to him, there's a sense of envy that is going to creep up in you as well. How many hunger did it take away from you? One? Cool. You are going to be one trait down in resisting frenzy.
Or breathe.
I'm glad I
Or
haven't read mine yet. Because that would have been.
But it tastes
bad.
amazing. Like, you can't really decide on whether jealousy or damn this tastes good is the top priority. Because, like, you get to taste something other than blood. And it's candy. It's, like, enjoyable. Like, it's almost got, like, an amaretto taste to it.
Actually, the first thought that runs through my mind is, I need to get Nick some of this.
Nick would probably enjoy this. That's actually true. Being like sharing it with people you care about would probably be something that pops up too. So yeah, you probably should get Nick some of this. It's a good thing that you just got 8 bottles of it, like wherever the hell that ran off to. So yeah, you approach your sire, Adrian. This is Jacob. Jacob, this is Adrian. She's got a very odd voice. Like, she has a classical, like, you can really sense the classical French accent, but every once in a while she goes redneck. like you've probably caught her on this a couple times. Like, she may have taken you to Europe to introduce you to real vampires. And she'll say that too. She's like, I'm going to introduce you to some real kindred. You'll know that, like, kindred in the United States, they judge elder as in, oh, this guy's like 150, 200 years old. She has taken you to meet like 500, 800-year-old kindred at some point. That's kind of rare nowadays due to the beckoning issue. But, like, she'll always be very refined, but, like, if, like, she gets caught off guard, she's like, damn it! Like, it just instant. And, like, it's something she picked up in the States. You know she's from France. You know she was embraced here. But she has, like, somebody really, really affected her to the point where she's changed her vocabulary in some fashions. She's like, well, it's finally glad to see you. Join us. Are you drinking cherry?
Yes, it's
delicious.
it is.
So, how is your progress? Jacob is just all up and listening to what you have to say.
Let's see. Well, honestly, there's not a polite way to phrase this. We were handed a shit sandwich.
She blushes, like, outwardly when you say that. And
she knows I'm prior service.
yeah, she leans over and puts her other hand on Jacob's arm and just goes, this is why I don't like keeping him in the States. Okay, so things are not going as well as one had hoped. Things are going well for us, at least. Is there anything that we can assist you with? Is it the coterie? Is it the anarchs?
The anarchs aren't the issue. Honestly, if to be so crass, it's honestly...
She physically braces herself, because the last time you said something like that, you said shit sandwich.
Cleaning up downtown, let alone most of the city, is going to take a lot of money.
I understand.
And politicians that actually give a damn.
Do we have someone we need to talk to? Is this a mayoral issue?
I honestly don't know. Because I'm not sure where to begin.
Well, I do believe they have a an office dedicated to beautifying the city.
I don't know if he walked in soon enough to hear our argument as to whether or not the mayor was a ghost.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember.
I wasn't there.
You weren't
What
there either.
what about the historical value of the area? That is the original city. She gets all dreamy and stuff. She's like, that's where we first started, and she squeezes Jacob's hand. And stuff.
I understand that, but in order to address the cleaning up of the neighborhood, you have to address the homeless issue, which means you have to address the jobs issue, the various dealers. It's not.
Out terrorist.
Cat's evil.
So the homeless situation.
A lot.
It's not. Yeah, people are homeless because
What about a shelter? Would that
overworked. Overworked. All the shelters are overworked.
What
Not
about
enough funding for them to be able to provide all the services that are needed.
beautifying the city? Would be something that would fall under the Clan of the Rose. What if the Society of Roses was to open a new one? What about in... Oh, McCarthy had so much land.
We're gonna make a better homeless shelter with art.
McCarthy had so much land, and I'm sure with his passing, we might be able to make sure that...
Are you talking about the hunting lodge on the edge of town?
That was not McCarthy.
Oh, no, not...
That was Loretta, not McCarthy.
Not Loretta. Not Loretta's area. No, McCarthy was the Toreador Primogen back when I was here.
Yeah, and half the Olympic City.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, no, which is now currently owned by Pintex and
What if-
putting in a mining company.
What if we
Yeah.
found a way to get that property? Because
Try not to think about
the Olympic City is gone.
We don't. Yeah.
So perhaps... But I think the mayor is actually working with that property at the moment.
Yes.
So even if
Somebody needs to do something.
Oh, but we don't
you
know.
provide a shelter that
They're in town.
doesn't address the
We
root
don't know.
causes for the homelessness, which is
We've met 'em.
not enough jobs, drug use, which people are getting into because there's not enough work, so they're trying to.
Yeah, but I,
It's not just one thing. It's a whole
well,
big
we got
ball of yarn that has to be fixed in order to get everything.
As you're throwing all of this logic at her, she is so lost. You can tell there's this mentality of money can't fix things. Like, what do you mean? Placing the homeless in a place is how you get rid of the homeless. Like, you can see, like, there's a part of you, like, is there a thought behind this?
It's like a necklace that you don't like. You just put it in a box and you put it in the bottom drawer.
What do you and your coterie suggest that we do then?
I don't have an answer at the moment. I need to try.
The light was
I'm
in
trying to
the
get
way,
more
man,
information to
yeah.
figure out what
Okay.
can work.
You find out, and we can work something out. Jacob and I have been talking to Miss Dracon. Have you met Rose yet?
Once, briefly.
From what I understand, she's your coterie shadow.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's the term she used.
She is willing to help us, so we have venture backing.
Not Thomas Desire, I hope.
No, Rose.
Okay.
She's the seneschal of the city, second in command underneath the prince. And so we do have backing from the tower on this. But we can... It might take some time, but we should be able to clean this up.
And that's the big thing is this isn't going to get solved overnight. Heck, even in the next 2 months. It's
No,
gonna-
but we need to start making headway.
Right. I think we may have made some headway tonight. I don't know for certain.
Okay.
Lifts his glass up.
I'm listening.
The gentleman that produces this has agreed to not supply the more base variant that doesn't affect us, but affects the others.
Okay. Well, that sounds like progress in the right direction.
Yes. Said something along the lines of that was just a stepping stone to getting to be able to make this.
Oh. Okay. Do you think that access to this, and she lifts her glass, do you think that access to this is, do you think that this might be causing an issue though with how many kindred, do you know if the Anarch community in this city feeds off the homeless population?
This is what we're
I am not aware of any that do.
I'm heading back to the last drop. So. Not really.
It would not surprise me if some do, considering
What that, but the other thing
with as big as the population is, it'd be an easy enough to
the prince is a fucking lunatic.
find people.
Who puts?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mark. Who puts?
We will look in on things. If you or yours have any suggestions on how to handle this problem, let us know, and the elders will help you.
In charge of the biggest section of the city.
That's what I
That's
Once
Dust Bowl.
I can
Holy Castle jokes. And Hikata.
get some threads to pull on,
So,
I'll let you know.
Good.
He's my cousin.
he used to be an Archon.
Yeah, and he still got that big home resort. And he would-
So,
I've seen him.
how is Europe?
Beautiful as always. It's not on fire.
Appears to be. Are they already being set up for something? Are they going to take the blame for it? Or
I'm not
he
100%
wants to
sure if
fail
I'll be
and
going
shit
back
makes us
anytime
a freaking
soon.
Example of what happens when somebody fails.
So,
We're hoping that putting it somewhere.
making myself an actual permanent resident of Portland
Or he wants us
and
to
taking primogenship, because there's no one else going for the Toreador primogenship. The primogen that we had disappeared. Her sire has a position of his own outside of Portland, and the primogen before that, from what I understand, also dead at the hand of the last prince. So I might go ahead and take the position and do my part to fix things.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
By the way,
I got an administrator already, and they're fucking scary.
Loretto's still around. I don't know that he's around here,
That's impressive.
but he's still around.
Look at Daddy.
I mean, I heard that he had showed up after I left and had actually been embraced.
So, the one thing I was going to mention, the 10%.
Oh yeah, Embrasure by Loogie.
That's going to the movement.
She just looks offended by the fact that you said that. Have some self-respect.
Oh, that's what his grandson says.
Just because Ventru can afford to be rude.
I feel you.
I get that, but to a degree, I find it amusing.
So, Vice Shelter.
It's-
That doesn't have it. Freaking. Pretty much just help kids that big, freaking.
Also, Thomas really does not like his sire. His sire was treating him as a piggy bank.
I see.
You can do that without levying tax from your games.
Some sires are abusive. Just
You
be
haven't seen
thankful I'm
Jas
not.
in a bit.
Just be thankful I'm not.
That's not the thing.
You're
So, which part of town are you looking at? Which part of town are you looking at?
What do you mean? Which part of town am I looking at?
You said establishing a permanent residence.
talking about
Well,
games.
I do enjoy my room
Change
here.
of your own box.
The mansion also offers a room.
Don't need it. My thing is alcohol. I sell alcohol.
Yes, but I also know you like to do your own decorating.
It's not like you're trying to
That's
get
true.
someone expanding the budget.
And as much
Out of the
as
city, not more in the city.
this establishment would allow you to do
One thing making.
most anything, even they would have limits that.
I hear there's a Samitsi living on the mountain.
I have no problem with things
I haven't heard that myself, but
In the Piddick Mansion, I hear there's a Samitsi living in there.
like that's the reason I didn't flip.
I haven't been up that way, so I don't really know.
I would be careful.
That is
I'll keep that in mind. Are you thinking of evicting him?
I don't plan on going anywhere near it.
Fair enough.
Besides, I would never want the haven of a dragon.